I gotta fix my shirt. It's going in and out of the dimension that we're in and into another dimension. Let me fix it. I can't have my shirt floating in and out of other dimensions too much. In a minor way, my shirt can be permitted to float in and out of other dimensions, but just in a minor way. Hey guys, what's up? Look, I've been working on videos in my editor, got a video up. I know you're all shocked. You're like, what the hell? How did UNIRock upload a video? I don't know. All I know is like every day now that I got a lot of this stressful stuff out of the way, I now wake up and I don't have to like make myself go sit down and edit. I want to just, you know, take a shower fast as I can, get dressed, and then hit the chair and start editing, you know? So I'm gonna have to start doing some mandatory Twitter streams because I haven't been getting too much sunshine or anything lately. I've rediscovered video editing in a better way because I have Adobe 2021, and I might show it to you here in a minute. We might boot it up because one of the first things I kind of want to do in this stream is going to be a little boring, but you know what? I don't care. It's my stream. I thought that I might get a little bit of an early and slow start. You know what I mean? Like start to move into what we're doing and take some of the work I was doing while some of the work I was doing while I was offline, not streaming, and do some of it while I'm streaming. So we might start with that, just being real. And if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna want to minimize that and then move this here. And let's do our thumbnail because what is my thumbnail? Oh, I have a meme on my thumbnail. So let's do this. Let's pull up. Let's finish my thumbnail, and then I'm gonna set the thumbnail live, and then probably, I mean, I'll be done with the thumbnail by 8 o'clock when I would normally be trying to start an early stream. So yeah, that's gonna work, and we'll just kind of move our way into what we're gonna do. We'll just do that, but. Hold up. Let me show you something. Why does Busy come home every night in tears? It's your fault. Your donut undergarments are just too tight. You just need to change into a not as tight system. Undergarment system. I don't know what an undergarment system is. Busy, shut up. Sunlight and vitamin D, Javelin. That's right. That is right. And typically, I get a good amount of both on just the last few days since I've been editing like crazy. I'm going to have to force myself, you know, to touch some grass here. But that's a good thing because I've been, you know, away from the video editor. I haven't been sitting down editing for long chunks of time like I usually do. So I'm not really away from the editor. I'm just barely there. And where is it? Where is it? Right here. And now that, you know, that's changed and I have this 2021, Adobe 2021 is so different. It's so much better. This is Adobe Photoshop 2021. So I haven't really noticed too many changes. I don't know why my collar picker doesn't work, so I have to change my collar up here. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so we've got this picture here, and I'm gonna try to use this picture, but I want to shift focus. I want the camera to be where the TV is. So for the picture that we're taking of Busy, we're moving the camera. Instead of being behind the couch taking a picture of him watching TV, the goal is to move the camera to the front. I'd say like right here, okay? Bloink, and that's what you got. So there's a door behind him, a very generic door. And no, if this If you were going to be able to see more of the door, I would make it look much better. But this is just a stock holder door. This is just a basic stock holder door, okay? Anyway, so I need to put Busy right on this side of the couch, right? Shaboink. Yup. And then there needs to be some kind of, like, there has to be something occupying here and here. I'm thinking like a potted plant on one side and maybe a little dresser armoire stand on the other or something, right? Maybe like a place to hang Busy's keys. I don't know. It'll come to me when I get going, but yeah, we don't want to leave this empty because this like takes away from the entire picture. If you see what I'm saying, in this one, I hung up a picture right here because it was really the only area that I had to worry about because the rest of it's covered. Now, if I wanted to get really hardcore, I would have put like a rug right here. It would look good too. In fact, I still might because I would just put the rug right here, draw the rug out, and then slap the top layer on it. And I could even fix up Busy's painting here, Busy's picture. I don't know. We'll see. I guess all people that ever existed got cancer. Probably. Yeah, I would imagine. We need... Oh my God, Kitty. That's such a good idea. That's such a good idea. We could put Nate's lamp in. Because Busy and Nate's lamp hang out quite often, you know? That's actually a good point. And don't think I don't see you guys over there. I'll be in general room here. So if you guys have anything for me, put it in general. Oh my God, I tagged Kev. Sorry, Kev. Meant to tag everyone. There we go. Okay. And I'm in Gen looking if you want to jump. If you want to comment or jump in. Let's see here. I should probably take my ass down to gaming. Gaming is live. Alert, alert. Gaming is live. You are welcome in gaming, but we are lives. We are lives. We are living in gaming. I'm living in the gaming room. It's my gaming room is Katie Joy's basement. Hey, Gemini. Hello. Is UNIRock in there? I don't see. Oh, there she is. Just put a sitting cat next to the door. But then I've got to incorporate the cat into the entire... I'm just not... Oh, butt doggery! Okay, I was live for that one. I typically am not live when BCP drops a butt dog. Which, it's a very common thing for him to do this. So every time I do anything in Discord, he drops a butt dog on me. And I typically... at the top of my lungs... but I'm usually not live, so you don't get to hear me You don't get to hear me do a butt dog but you just heard a butt dog It's a very common thing throughout the day if I'm in Discord. in voice or in text. Also, I am not using my mouse to draw, just so you know. I do draw with my hand. I think it makes it more personalized, right? Shit! Until I lost my pen. Son of a bitch. Son of a... let's see here. Let me fix that. There we go. Now, I'm probably not going to work on this too much. Let me see what I can do here. You know what? No. No. You know what I did? I fucked up, bro. Can I unmerge this? Fuck. I merged something that I shouldn't have merged. Can I split the layers? I think I just saw split the layers. Where's my history at? Here we go. Can't I go back in time? Why is it only showing me the things I've done today? It's supposed to save it. God, Photoshop, you suck. Oh, well. I was saying what I could do, and I can still do it. I still know what I'm doing to some extent. Yeah, here's what we need to do, man. We should take out this and use this as the thumbnail. So here's what I'm going to do, right? I want the lasso, yeah. And then let's move this in. Okay. All right, so we're going to draw here. Wait, do I gotta actually draw this shit? Oh my god, you're joking. Oh, son of a bitch. I should be able to hold shift and draw a straight line. Oh, that's nice. Control Z that. So look, we're gonna have to do it this way. Hold up. No, what am I doing? Okay, we can just do a rectangle. Okay, now we put that down like this, and we make sure we've set it properly, which we have. Now we need to do the opacity of the rectangle. So I gotta select it. It's gonna have to be converted into a smart object, and then resaturized. Okay, we're good. We're golden girls. We're doing something. We're working here. We're working here. Now I take the opacity down to 35% and grab my eraser tool. Why can't I see my eraser tool? I hate when it does that. I fucking hate it. And what we're going to attempt to do, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm only going to cut it out from here, yeah. We're only going to cut it out from here. Actually, you know what? We really don't have to do that. I mean, I don't mind doing the T-spiracy one. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? If you guys didn't know, that's from that. You know what I'm saying? It's from Trailer Park Boys. You guys can find that on Netflix. If any of you know that where that quote comes from, you're an OG. You're a straight up OG. If you want to find out where that comes from, you can look on Netflix. All right. Now we've got a blank TV. We've turned off Busy's television. And now we've got a blank slate. And now this is a good thumbnail slate. This is a good thumbnail slate. You got me? So let's actually, what was my actually, I think my thumbnail's okay. Yeah. I think my thumbnail's all right. So let's not do anything with it. Let's just leave it. Let's just let it be. Let's just let it be. Okay, well, we got that done. That's a good thing to have done. And I need to grab a web browser here because I want to go to YouTube. Oh, looky here. Drama and Opinion says it was Natalie. All right, well, let's see what we got.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new on my channel, hi and welcome.
Hi.
My name is Magdarl, and Tati Westbrook's lawyer Michael Saltz has given an update on Twitter on the person behind a lot of the unpleasant shenanigans that went down during the Tati Westbrook versus Without a Crystal Ball legal dispute. A bit of a backstory for anyone who might not know what...
We can skip the backstory, can't we? We all know this damn backstory. Oh, here, let's go right here.
What Tati's lawyer's tweet said. Thank you, Irish. The FBI informed us they believe Nat is at the center of all the awful shenanigans. She received help from at least...
So she's at the center, okay.
2 others that we know about.
Okay, at least 2 others. So that means that there isn't just 2 others. There is at least 2 others. All right.
Nat has admitted all of this to Irish. More will eventually come out in court filings. Someone replied to Michael Saltz and said,
So before I hear Drama and Opinion's take on this response, I will give my take. No shit, Sherlock. What everybody said when Nat started to work with Saltzy was, we will know within a few months. And like I said, I think last night, it's been a few months. So yeah, we now have the data that we were waiting on. We announced that we were waiting on that data. We announced that if that data showed that Nat was involved, we would know. And then until then, we are going to do what anyone would say would be the respectful thing, not because she's behind anything or not behind anything. Of course, you can make up your opinion on that and react how you want. It's because, and I should probably submit to have my video reviewed because I haven't done that yet. I can do that while I'm talking to you. But because it's just a courtesy that you're giving someone for coming out. Yeah, did they come out for personal reasons? I'm sure if this information that he's speaking about is true, then of course she came out for the reason of trying not to get caught. It's actually a very popular response. Shit, I went to the wrong place. It's a popular response for someone who knows that they could be getting in a lot of trouble. They try to go and tell whoever's in charge, yo, here's all my stuff, right? And they think they can go in and, oh yeah, demonetized again. Fucking hey, why do we even stream anymore, YouTube? Like, why even do it? I want to know if Rakita Media was demonetized. Okay, request review submitted. We're good. I can close this. And okay, Golden Girls, get back to it. But now of course Nat will get, imagine this is confirmed also. She's already handed over all of her stuff, and from what I was told, I know people are saying there were 70,000 pages of information. I was told there was 7,000, but it could just have been I told all of you this months ago on Scope and here anyway. But you know how long it would take people to sit down and go through that much stuff, be able to find out what's there, here, there, wherever. And also, the stuff she deleted, you gotta... maybe Salty wouldn't have the resources to be able to grab the stuff that she deleted, but definitely the FBI would probably do that. And then, who would she delete? Well, one thing's been consistent for a while with Nat is that she tries to do these stunts that will help her appear innocent, right? Handing over all of her stuff and telling Saltsy, "Hey, look, I'm working with you because I'm a victim and I'm not doing any of this." But then at the same time, it really does make the people that she continually kept coming out and saying these people aren't guilty look guilty. So Nat brought them up. Nat put them in it. Nat is the one who mixed that together. And luckily, everywhere else I've heard talk about this situation will always take a single side on it. None of them will tell their audience that they plan to wait or whatever. That's just that Nat did it or Nat didn't do it or this person did it. But one thing I notice are the people out there who did sit and say, this person's innocent, this person's guilty. They're the ones that want to come back now and pretend as if they were the ones saying, we're going to wait until we get the data and make up our mind then. They're pretending as if that was their take. You get me? Where, that's just kind of cute, isn't it? It's almost predictable. It's almost like it was predicted that that would happen.
Community told you this for almost a year. That she...
Oh, I got off track. What do you think him taking all of her communications and... Because if Nat would have said, no, I'm not going to give you all my stuff, they would have just subpoenaed it. It would have just taken longer to get the information. So, of course, what do you expect Saltsy... See, these kind of people, I think, they expect Saltsy to have somebody come up and say, Nat's the one that's doing it. And then Saltsy just kick in her door with the whole FBI meme. Boom, boom, boom. Open up. And they swing into the fucking windows and they're smashing everything and all that. And that's what they expect. But really, what are you going to do if you have access to all of her stuff? You're going to wait until you go through it and figure out, you know, the truth before you would go kick in her door. So, I mean, Saltsy straight up comes out, makes the announcement like, yo, we got her. And she's going to be able to bust the others, right? I'm pretty confident she's already told everyone else who's involved. What I find interesting, she tried to make Element and Dustin look like they were the ones that were doing it, while taking this other group of people, and you know who the group of people were, I don't have to name them, and saying this group of people's innocent. You remember that? And all of us are looking at it and drawing our own single opinions. Is she trying to frame up Element and Dustin because they turned on her and protect her friends? Or is she telling the truth and trying to get people to, you know, you really have to look at everything she does and consider each possibility. There's no other way to handle someone who doesn't have, you know, people are saying she's not mentally ill. Like, they're not just saying, oh my God, no, you should have told me that my game ready driver was ready before the stream, NVIDIA. Some people are acting like this proves that Nat is not mentally ill. And that's just not true. You have to be mentally ill to go in and try to fake not only the things that people are claiming. So I'm not making a comment right now on whether she faked anything or not. I'm telling you that the people that are claiming it, they want to say, no, she's not. Well, obviously she is. Any of the people that were sending those threats and doing this kind of like trickery and stuff during the lawsuit, they're all very unwell, whoever it is. And it's funny because a lot of people are basically right now standing up and saying, this exonerates this person. This exonerates that person. No, where's it been exonerated? All Saltsy told us is that there's at least 2 others helping, if not more. And I mean, it's pretty obvious, I think. You know, Saltsy gave out, remember when the IP addresses came out? There was like an IP in this state, an IP in this state, an IP in this state. I think that it's pretty obvious that there were more than just 2 people working from at least the perception from the amount of stuff that was going on, right? It was either a full-time job for like 3 people for the last year to do everything they did. A full-time job. They would be doing this all day, every day, wake up to sleep. Maybe taking a day off if they're lucky. But in reality, it'd probably be more likely that there would be more people helping, and that way, and they would do that because they would hope it would help mask things. They would hope it would help make it harder for things to be solved, right? You following me? But, oh well.
Who was behind this? Why didn't you listen before? You kept publicly announcing her innocence while people told you over and over she was behind this.
Okay, then why didn't those people who told him that she was behind this send the evidence they had to Saltsy? Oh, they didn't have evidence. Exactly. Saltsy just got the evidence. Saltsy took what everyone's saying and went in, did everything he had to do to be able to determine the truth, and sounds like he's getting closer. I mean, this kind of like outrage response is just kind of crazy. It's like, hi, everybody. Not only did I listen to you, but now we actually have results from all that data we collected months ago. And then people stand up and say, you didn't listen to us. It's like, yes, he did.
This.
Obviously.
To which Michael Saltz replied, no. What we said was that we had no evidence of it at the time.
This is what I remember Saltsy saying also. Him having no evidence at the time. That now that we have all of Nat's information, we'll be able to tell whether she was involved or not. It's almost like there's a bunch of people out there lying their fucking asses off, misquoting everything, and instead they're pulling from a single little group of people's narrative. You see, like, what's funny is the same people that Nat named as innocent also went about on the internet trying to put out the lie that the FBI wasn't involved. Remember that? Ooh, I wonder why no one's asking questions about that now. And I'm bringing that shit up, right? And those same people then went on live streams and tried to make fun of the fact that the authorities were involved. They tried to minimize the threats that were being made. They tried to act like it was kind of absurd or something for people to even come out and state that the FBI is interviewing people. Remember all that shit they did to try to say that whoever's being interviewed by the FBI is lying. They weren't interviewed. Whoever's been talking to this person's lying. Well, with this information from Saltsy, now it's absolutely confirmed that we weren't lying about what happened and that we were telling the truth the entire time about what was going on in the background. Why are none of them looking at the group of people who lied about the FBI and lied about the interviews that were going on and lied about what was going on with other things I won't bring up? Why is none of them looking at those liars and saying, you motherfuckers are liars? You want to know what's crazy? There is a group of people out there who are taking the information that's out there right now and they're saying somehow that I've lied about it. Well, you would expect that though, right? You would just expect that coming from that same little group. And really, all of those illogical, sided, kind of biased narratives seem to come from one pocket of the little community out there. And ironically, they just happen to be the exact people that Nat's been trying to convince us are innocent the whole time. Holy shit, that's coincidental. Just one of those really weird coincidences, right?
We said that the evidence we then had indicated Nat was a victim. We now have the evidence. We also know that she had accomplices in her campaign. The investigation behind the scenes was extensive.
It was extensive. I gave hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of my time without being compensated to any fucking degree, just because I knew how severe the stuff that was going on, how severe it was, and because I didn't want to be compensated. I didn't want them to have to pay me or something or whatever it is, right? You go into these things and you just want the community back to normal where people can give their opinions and talk about what they want to talk about, give their thoughts on things, and, you know, have a good community, a real community that exists. Because communities where people are trying to threaten others all the fucking time, lie on others all the time, where the communities where you don't pull other people's clips and actually show what people are saying and instead try to tell other people, you know, complete falsehoods about what other people are saying and create narratives and try to build sides and try to fight and have your drama and all your bullshit, those communities are unhealthy. I wouldn't even use the word unhealthy. I would say they're destructive, right? And so you're not going to accomplish anything there. When anyone goes out to talk, before they can come out and be honest about something, oh my God, what was it? What was it that fucking Charlotte said back in I'm trying to remember what month it was, but remember when Charlotte wasn't doxxed and attacked by everybody? What was it that Charlotte came out and said that turned a specific group of people and all the people that believed them to start attacking Charlotte and make her an outcast? Then she got doxxed and threatened and all that. And guess who came out and said that Charlotte didn't get doxxed and threatened and all that? And then went forward into what we've seen after, though, so I don't got to talk for 3 minutes telling you what was there. But it was that same group that, oh my God, Nat hung out with. See, the problem isn't that the evidence shows that Nat was hanging around a whole bunch of people, and those people were helping her accomplish whatever she was accomplishing, okay? So when the thing that I think none of these communities or any of these channels get yet is that when they come out and say that Nat did everything and then try to say that means her friends were innocent, you're just bullshitting. Like, her friends are going to be accomplices now. Not all of them, the ones that helped, the ones that did things with her, right? And again, I can see Nat by looking, and remember that shit that was on Instagram, you know? I think wasn't it Charlotte? That's what Charlotte brought up. Like the whole Instagram stuff from before her account got privated or whatever it was. So if you look at the narrative there, and we talked about this maybe once because we didn't want to bring up, you know, all of this garbage at that time when it was so, when we had the opportunity to actually look into things, remember? And of course now we have, and we got some answers. The point is though, that back when that Instagram stuff came out about Nat, it showed us a kind of modus operandi, either from someone who'd been following around and harassing Nat, or by Nat herself. And I think that we all kind of have a little more grasp of which way that would be here at this point. But I think the main thing to say is, it's kind of funny. It's kind of weird that these thought processes just keep popping up, and instead of people taking it slow, talking about it, thinking through it, rationally coming to conclusions, pulling from what we know out there, pulling from the data that we have out there, and talking it all through, it's almost like there are people standing up and saying, you can talk about this, but you can't talk about that, and that. Like, you can consider all possibilities except possibilities that might inconvenience that person and that person. See what I'm saying? Where it's almost shocking to me that just because people are speaking something out there, that there are very smart people in the community that are like, well, that must be it, and they're walking away. But that is the kind of thinking. It's the kind of non-thinking. It's the kind of, I'd say, rushing to a judgment based on the words of somebody else that it's causing a lot of people, or has caused a lot of the community to get to where it is now, because they literally look at someone who says, I don't know, pick anything out there so that I don't have to name something. We'll use something that's Katie has said. We'll do it that way. Katie comes out to say X thing. People say, oh my God, X thing. Wow, crazy, right? And they just move forward. But then a couple months later, you find out she fucking lied, or she was defaming someone or whatever. And it kind of like, things start to shuffle and fall apart. Same concept, really. And my whole point is, I think this is just expected at this point. It's more expected. But again, how does that not make the people around Nat the most sus? So I believe I said this at the beginning of the Toddy Westbrook lawsuit, maybe the middle, when we had found out that there were people in the community that were trying to sit around and hang out and talk to Nat, and they had been bragging about it. And I said, are you telling me, and you can find the clip of me saying this, in fact, multiple clips if you look in my live streams, but you'll find it on my uploads. I said, you're really putting yourself in a dangerous place by sitting around and talking to someone who's testifying for this lawsuit. Wouldn't you put that on hold? And you'll find me say almost exactly what I'm saying right now. You should be putting on hold your relationship with Nat the minute you find out she's testifying in this lawsuit, because you don't want to be a person who says something to Nat that would involve her then going into an interview or going into like a meeting with Saltsy or whatever, and her getting mixed up because you were talking her through some old stuff and hanging out with her and everything, and then it caused some fuckity shit to happen, right? So I'm not saying you can't be someone's friend because they're testifying in a lawsuit, but wouldn't you not sit around talking with them about all that stuff while they're testifying? And so my point was, you know, you are allowing the possibility, not the guarantee, that your interaction with her could lead to something fucky happen in the lawsuit. And that's why I think a lot of people were shocked when they found out that people hearing that Nat is testifying, or people that have been around Nat when she goes to testify, are still trying to sit there and have all this drama going on with Nat. And it's like, hold on, she should be drama. She should be like, you know, on those, every other lawsuit that happens out there, you know, once you're a witness, once you're like on a jury, people aren't allowed to fuck with you until after, so that nothing gets tainted or fucked, right? I mean, that just didn't happen. Anyway, let's keep going.
The last part of Michael Saul's tweet, where he said more will eventually come out in court filings, makes it seem to me like they are taking this matter to court to hopefully bring those behind it to justice.
Well, yeah, Saltsy said that he was going to court months and months ago, so I would almost guarantee that he's already filed with a court or something.
And that...
Oh, shit, Navy, are you in here, buddy? I don't want to rob you of what we're watching. I can live stream my my tab. I can live stream my tab so you can hear what's going on here. Also, if you want to click it, let me turn it up a little, get everything set.
That might be when we get to know who the other accomplices are. On Nat's end, She posted a video saying that she was diagnosed with multiple personality disorder, so I'm wondering, is it possible that one of her alters was behind this and hid everything from her host? I don't know what to think about that, to be honest, and I'm so curious to know who the other accomplices are. Without a Crystal Ball put out a statement in response to Michael Salt's tweet.
Oh shit! I didn't know KJP put, this is why I like Drama and Opinions, because she's thorough.
She said, "My response to the accusations made by Natalie Kenneth today. I am not at liberty to divulge many details, but I can assure you that Michael Saltz and I have been working with the FBI for several months. We are
That is true. I can vouch for that.
the victims in this investigation." She attached this note to her tweet. "Despite claims made in videos today, I have never been the focus of any FBI investigations nor a part of any negative campaigns. I have been treated as a victim in the investigation and have provided a victim statement to the FBI. Michael Saltz and I have been..."
You are a victim, and so is your son. Everybody in the community who isn't lying knows this because of the stuff that was sent to you. And your families, you and your families are the victims, yes.
"Working with the FBI for months." Michael Saltz has tweeted that the FBI believes that Natalie and two accomplices are behind the negative.
See, this is what gets me. This is not, it's so crazy. This is how the telephone game works. Now I understand, Navy, why so many people say two accomplices. Because Without a Crystal Ball repeated two accomplices. But that's not what Saltzy said. He said at least two accomplices. It's very important for them to get those minor details out there because there are more than just, I'd say, a couple people that were swarming around Nat, helping Nat, talking to Nat, discussing things with Nat. And one thing that I don't think a lot of people are thinking about, when you get to see something from behind the scenes in a scenario like this, you're only seeing a tiny, tiny part of it. So you really do have to take the greater picture. That is, who are the players, who, what, where, when, why, and how? What are the motivations of the people that are involved? And then plug in the information that you have and understand that you are only seeing 0.01%. Every other, you know how many phone calls, how many long streams, how many exchanges of text messages you aren't seeing. Even if you get, let's say, a bunch of DMs between Nat and this person, this person, and a few video clips of that and this recorded behind the scenes, you're just seeing seconds of days and months worth of things that you're not seeing. So you have to, I would almost say, fill in the blanks with the person's behavior in public and the things you're seeing behind the scenes and get kind of a greater understanding of what's there so that you have an informed opinion for when we have answers, because whoever did this shit is getting caught is basically what this means. See, if you go back months ago, we didn't know if they would ever be caught. Then you go forward and then people started flipping. I went and told you this out on Periscope and eventually brought it to RockAlot. People were flipping, and when they flipped, they were giving what they had to authorities. And of course, the whole time they're saying that that's not true. The FBI and the authorities aren't looking at this and all this garbage. But now, with each flip, get more of a chance of success for Saltzy to accomplish the impossible, which is trying to catch somebody from people that are literally all around the world that are linked together through social media, through the internet, and catch out of a million those needles in a haystack that are connected by the World Wide Web, which it just is. In most cases like this, there is no resolution. People get away with these things. So I think now we've got more of a guarantee that they will be arresting, and they'll be stopping the people that were doing this and then punishing them. And so the only people that need to lie, the only people that need to be nervous, the only people that need to try to convince people of something are people that I think are scared. People that, because there's going to be people that did really fucked up things with Nat or with other people that were helping Nat. And they're going to be just as fucked in the head as the people helping Nat and the others around her. So, I mean, also, there's still this question of how much do we have that Nat's... when you look at the fucking amount of hacking, right? Here's what Saltsy told me. So you saw, and then when I say hacking, I mean spoofed emails, threats, photoshopped, videos and threatening kids and stuff, just using the most basic of social engineering tactics against the family members of adults involved, thus causing these really bad situations, right? And you know what? I don't want to ramble too far. I'm not cutting you off, am I, Navy? I don't want to talk over you.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay, so let's hear a little more of this, and then I'll complete my thought.
Campaign. We know the identity of the other two, and we hope they will be brought to justice. Everything.
I'm not going to take anything Katie's saying about this and then say, okay, we know this. I'm just sick and tired of it, because when Katie comes out and says certain things, it changes. It's almost like she riffs off of information that Saltsy's giving instead of actually transferring information that the authorities have given. It's like some kind of like broken thing happens in between her hearing it and it coming out, and it creates confusion in the repeat.
Escalated in September when I was swatted multiple times by this group. With the help of local law enforcement, we developed a safety plan for my family, and they stopped responding to the calls. We have been left traumatized by their calls to CPS. It's been made worse by YouTubers who have accused us of lying for clout. I have never lied.
Any YouTuber that accused you of lying for clout in this that I saw was someone either right next to a person interacting with Nat heavily, or was a person interacting with Nat heavily. So it kind of makes sense there.
And the FBI...
T-Spiracy says, Bunny, I think some people expect apologies now, but I want more info first. Well, I don't know how anyone could be given an apology. See, there's something weird going on out there in the community. We've got basically what you can read. You know what I'm going to have to do, and this pisses me off, because so many people just don't, I guess, fucking carry information forward due to maybe the complexity of the situation. Maybe they didn't follow it enough. Maybe that's the issue, and I shouldn't say anything negative, but the point is, if you rewind back months ago, this is exactly what was said, that Saltsy had gotten all of Nat's. I put this out myself. Saltsy got all of Nat's stuff. I mean, what, 5 months ago, 4 months ago, she got all of Nat's stuff handed over. And even though I had went to Saltsy and told him that Nat is behind this, that you can find my scope literally where I say this, that I went to Saltsy and told him Nat's behind this, and I took him screenshots where Nat had shared screenshots, and there were some of the spoofed emails. And I for the life of me, I'm not going to remember exactly what I took Saltsy. I'll have to dig into my folders to find out, because there were so many things that came forward then. But it had something to do with spoofed emails and Nat's email address and the way that the spoofed emails were being sent. And I said, it's Nat. And he said, it can't be Nat. And I go, what do you mean? Like, I had texted Saltsy and said, Saltsy, it's an emergency. You got to call me. Then I went and sat down, made a video that I could text him and got it all together, texted it to him like, see what I'm saying, dude? Look at this. We know who's doing it. And he calls me and he's like, it's not Nat. And I'm like, okay, man, if you're saying it's not, why is that? Because he had access to her router. He had access to all of her accounts. And of course, he said, it's not Nat, but that's just the evidence we have now. Now that we have access to all of her stuff, if it is her, then we'll know. And I'll be damned, exactly what Saltsy said would happen has now happened. And it takes time. It's never going to happen instantly. In fact, I'm impressed with the amount of time that it's taken for Saltsy to be able, or the FBI, whoever's done it, to be able to determine that it was actually Nat was involved in some way. You know, everybody wants to come out and say that, but when Saltsy says, hey, Nat played either the master manipulator card or the master victim card, and we have no way of knowing which one it is. We'll know in a few months, But until then, what do we do? And of course, everybody says, since Nat willingly did this without having to force a subpoena where you got to spend money, you got to waste resources, legal resources, you got to waste time, the court's time. Since she saved everybody that, we're going to just give her pure neutrality until we have the evidence, now that we're guaranteed the evidence. And all we have now is just an inclination that we have evidence that Nat was involved. So all that people are going to do is go out and tell people, yo, and update the story. But where do apologies have to come there? I would understand maybe Nat and Katie need to put out apologies. And Katie would have to put out an apology because of what she said on that stream where, you know, Nat and her were sitting there going back and forth telling everybody what was happening. And a lot of people were like, yeah, but if Nat's lying, then Katie's repeating Nat's lies, which wouldn't be defamation or wouldn't be, you know, I don't know what other claim people are going to make against Katie for doing that, but it would be Katie doing the thing that gets Katie in trouble, because even, you know, someone like me who is trying to get to this story over so we can all just say, fuck, it's finally done. Because this, remember, is the Toddy Westbrook bullshit. This is lingering from Toddy. There's no viral video in this topic. There's no big audience in this topic. This topic targets the audience of the people that watch this all happen while observing the Toddy Westbrook lawsuit. So you're not guaranteed to gain subs, make money, and do anything by covering this story, I don't think. But that doesn't matter because we experienced the Toddy Westbrook lawsuit. So we all want answers and closure, and that would be the hope. But yeah, I'm with you. Where is the apology? Where is the slight that would happen to where there needs to be an apology? If somebody says that needs to happen, then they need to go pull clips from Katie, from Nat, from whoever it is they claim needs to give the apology. They need to go pull those people's clips and then present it in a video saying, hey, this is why you owe an apology. And that way a person can defend themselves. That gives the YouTuber that they're charging against the ability to see if they're being honest about what they said and did, right? Because I hate to say it, we've waited a really long time for people to stand up and act like they had solved this back then. And by the way, if you guessed and said, well, you know, I think Nat's involved, or, well, I don't think Nat's involved, then how are you asking for an apology? You would, if you brought out evidence and people said, oh, no, we can't use that evidence for a bad reason, then there could be an apology there. So I'm just waiting to see where this goes and what people say. My thing is, there's a single group out there, that single group, and they're going to be trying to basically mix narratives in. One of the reasons why this happens between people that I don't think should be having any type of argument is the reason why I'm glad that the most trolly people in that community have been handled, because when they exist there, it's not that they're just threatening people and doxing people, which we've seen them do and threaten to do even lately. I think yesterday there was even a threat made by certain locals out there to do that stuff that people were talking about on Twitter that I saw. But the point is that when they do that, they actually they're doing it to poison the water of the community. Nobody's going to listen to a person that, is blackmailing someone and lying about an SH claim and fucking putting a psycho on their show to try to make an allegation because they're mad about a fucking strike, or they're mad because someone won't respond to them or something. Nobody's going to take that person as credible. But when they poison the well in the community and they lie about, or when their friends lie about, like, let's say what another YouTuber said, or whatever they claim happened in the past, that's gaslighting 101, by the way. What it does is it causes regular viewers to go around and tweet about it and talk about it, and then it'll cause the tiniest bit of collateral damage. So that's why we do need to fact check. We can't just go out and say, oh my God, Shin said this and now Shin needs to apologize. People need to go back, take what she said, and pull a clip, pull a tweet, whatever it was, and put that out there and say, hey, there's some source material. Because if you don't even have the basic amount of time to do that and respect the person that you're making the claim towards, in my opinion, it doesn't, then the person shouldn't take the time to respond back, you know? Because it could very easily be a misquote, a lie, or a waste of time. And that way you just avoid that.
FBI and local police have all of the information to prove I didn't lie.
Katie, you don't have to convince everybody. It just makes you look guilty. And this is a big problem you've had for a long time. You don't need to do this if you did nothing wrong, for fuck's sake. You don't have to convince us. We know. And I get it. Maybe Katie's looking out there and seeing a lot of these trolls running around, stomping their feet, saying, the FBI is not involved. The authorities aren't involved. Who cares if kids were photoshopped into really bad things and uploaded to sites? They're not. Those people are fucking idiots, for God's sake. You don't have to defend yourself to the things they say unless you got a really good reason. I just don't think this is a really good reason.
I'm going to continue to go on with my life. I would encourage others not to give these people attention. They thrive on any attention they receive, and this then leads to myself and others getting increased negativity.
Well, you're allowed to get negativity. So maybe you got to change the words you're using. Negativity, as long as it's through criticism, unfortunately, you just got to let that happen. Negativity that's put through harassment or lies, yeah, you got a defense there, I think. But you don't want to cheapen this situation by doing what you normally do, and it's just a criticism, but you do like to mix together harassment and criticism so that you can almost like say, because I've been harassed here, now I can try to cheapen or try to take shots at one of my criticizers. That will really fuck up this situation. And Katie should be like, standing up and being like, what told you so, are you motherfuckers going to update your shit now and type thing. Because you also have to give people time to do that. You know how many people went out there and said that they believed Nat and Katie was doing this, that it was Katie? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people.
For my opinion on this
they would
situation,
have to update it.
I think it's just a big yikes to everyone involved. There was no need for this mess, and in my opinion, it distracts from what the case was about in the first place. And
oh my God, this is why I like drama and opinions. I did not fucking expect to hear that.
The valid criticism that people had of Without a Crystal Ball.
There you go. There you go. That is fucking genius. That's fucking genius. Great take. This entire thing being made into a big deal right now when it's just preliminary, it does do all of those things. We don't have enough information to be able to do anything yet. And it's almost like because people are bored right now or whatever, they think they need to try to rush the results and the reactions and the takes when, I remember when people were coming to me and saying, well, this can't be true, that can't be true. I said, okay, if this can't be true now, all you've got to do is give me the evidence you have, and I'll factor it into what's going on, and I will conclude that it can't be true also. But the problem is we don't have any of that yet. And I don't know, sure, we can take what Saltsy is saying and go with it and believe it as long as we reserve the other possibilities. Because you remember at one point, Saltsy said Nat wasn't involved based on the evidence they had, but she wasn't, and he's doing the right thing. He's not. Saltsy hasn't changed or done anything wrong. He's followed the evidence that he's been given this whole time, and I am so lost for these giant changes in thinking right now. Until we have a development, I'm lost for those changes in thinking. I don't even think anybody. Do you remember the stream where Nat was up there and some crazy person goes in and tries to become the focal point, the focal center of attention, and tries to lead Nat through a bunch of questions and shit, and basically is giving the literal cult narrative, the narrative of the group of people that are trying to prove they didn't do nothing, they didn't help Nat, they didn't do this. You notice there were a lot of people, if you would have rewound back to when Nat was testifying with the Toddy lawsuit, they were using Nat as a shiny badge, like, yo, I hang out with Nat, I'm in the know, bro. But the minute now that Nat gets flipped around, it's, oh, hey, yeah, we don't know Nat, we don't hang with her, we don't talk to her, and she's bad, right? It's like, it's pretty fucking nuts.
What do you think about it?
You need to remember lawyers lie too. No. I do. I know that. Lawyers lie all the time. In fact, hold on. What's my quote? The two people that lie the most, lawyers and politicians, and in the entire world, the two people that lie the most. But the thing is here, this has to do with Saltsy's families being threatened, and it also has to do with Katie's families being threatened. So, you know, Saltsy isn't... The issue is, with this situation, Saltsy has a lot of evidence. He even had a lot of evidence that Nat wasn't involved per what he had, right? And I'm sure Nat made sure that she gave things like that to Saltsy. It's just that evidence has to be confirmed. Things have to be checked at a level that can't be manipulated. And Nat handing over her accounts, the reason why it literally, you know, we all said, okay, it's going to take months, is because you can't just take what Nat hands over, even an Insta account or a Facebook account, and then look at it and go, okay, Nat's innocent, because you've got to be able to go to Facebook and go to Insta and ask for, you know, all of the data for those accounts so that you can get everything that's been deleted. Because what Nat would do if she's involved is very methodically spend weeks going through every account she has, taking out any little sentence, any tiny exchange that could lead someone to believe that she was involved with XYZ. And then she removes those, thinking they're not going to be able to pull this, waits months so that, you know, because in everyone's mind, it takes 3 to 6 months for the social media companies to lose access to deleted messages. Newsflash, they can still get those messages. So what people like Nat will do if they are involved, because they go on the internet and read that fact, they give themselves 3 to 6 months. They make sure to delete everything that'll make them look, that'll incriminate them. And then they think they have a sanitized Insta or a sanitized. Now this is basic, like, you know, internet investigation. There's so many people out there that think that they're going to sanitize their Insta or Facebook. And then hand it over to authorities, hand it over to whoever's investigating them. If it's for a job investigation, if somebody's like using the computer at work to look at porn and the whole company needs to find out who and blah, 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 and they need to look at this, and people just think you can't pull those kind of records and that kind of data. And maybe in the older internet, they had issues doing it. And in some instances now, yeah, they're going to have issues doing it. But that's why, do you really want to roll the dice and as Nat and say to yourself, well, I'm going to go cultivate my social accounts to look like I'm innocent and give them to Saltsy, because I'm convinced that Saltsy can't pull my old stuff. And then he gets it, pulls the old stuff. And after a few months, after they get back with them, after they, you know, to have time to pull the data, get whatever permissions they need from Facebook and Insta, gain the information. You know, that is one likely way that Nat was busted, was through exactly what I just described. Now, it also could be that she was busted because she didn't go through with so much. And remember, people out in social media are saying there was 70,000 pages. I was told by Saltsy it was 7,000 pages, but I could have misheard him, or they could be wrong. So there's a lot of pages, okay? There's a shit ton of pages. So one thing that means is that Nat would, if she's trying to sanitize that information to hand over everything but the incriminating stuff to Saltsy, how in the fuck are you going to go through that much stuff and sanitize it, right? You'd go out of your mind trying to go through DMs and go through that many conversations, that much data, and find every tiny little thing that was said that might incriminate you and take it out. So if it, maybe that's what happened. Maybe she failed in her trying to, you know, cultivate her own accounts. Or there's still even another possibility, which is they could have taken the data that they had from Nat and went into Facebook and Insta and other platforms and not tried to pull extra data from Nat's side, but they could have pulled data from the opposite side, from people that she was talking to. Also, one thing that I'm sure Nat and other people like her believe out of this group, they probably think that there's nothing these companies can do to figure out who they were interacting with if they delete an account or if they do this or do that. And I'm sorry to say it, these companies keep more data than what you would think they do. They truly do. T-Spiracy says, I want to know if Nat could be held accountable in the UK if we do find out she did this. Yes. Oh, I guarantee it. Guarantee it. there was this huge narrative, and you remember maybe, I don't even know how many months ago it was, one of the first times Nat tried to engage with me was because I had gone either on Periscope or on RockAlot, and I had said, I'd said something to the effect of that Nat isn't safe just because she's not in the United States, and she's definitely not safe just because she has a mental disorder. And I'd given why. I'd stated why. Because some people think that if you commit a crime through the internet in a different country, that they can't do anything to you. And it's just not true. What will happen is the FBI will prepare a packet of data, all the information of whatever crimes you committed using the internet, whatever proof they have, and they'll send it to the prosecutor in your hometown in whatever country you're from. And yeah, some countries may not comply, and most Western, or most, I don't want to say Western, but most technologically advanced nations would comply. You get me? Because they're going to have the same access to legal system, access to experts, and of course, they're going to fact check the data. And like, she's from the UK, so what would stop them from just going in and checking the fact that she did this? Almost nothing. So the question would be, is she committing a crime in the United States, or is she committing a crime in the UK? Well, the truth is she's committing crimes in both. And then she could be charged for what she did in the UK based on wire and all these other types of instances, and in the United States. And so maybe the UK wouldn't go too far with the stuff that comes from the United States, but they'll definitely honor the stuff that has to do with their country. And then on top of that, when you're talking about threatening kids and then CP and stuff like that, you don't have a shield. In fact, the FBI has busted CP rings in Italy, for God's sakes. This was a big bust back in the early 2000s that ended up changing policy, that ended up factoring into a few conspiracy theories in 2016 and 17, but I'm not going to go talk about that. But my point is, definitely are you not guarded just because you're from another country, because depending on what you're doing. And these kind of severe things, you might as well kiss your chances of getting off the hook goodbye in this kind of... If you're not talking about just doxing someone or threatening someone lightly, you're targeting the children, and the stuff they said, my God, whoever said that stuff needs to be locked up for like 20 years, because they said the things they described doing to those kids are, Jesus help us, it was disgusting. Some of those threats were so vile. So here's how I would describe it. Some of the threats are as bad as you could ever make them. Okay? Describing what they're going to do while the parent watches, what they're going to do after, and then to the parent. I can't go much in more detail, but some of those threats were just, if you were trying to say the most depraved, most threatening, most disgusting thing you could possibly do to threaten another person, that's what happened in this case. So it wasn't a minor thing, Oh, hey, no, thank you. Thanks for jumping in my chat. I appreciate you, T-Spiracy. No, I love rambling. It's what I do.
Let me know in the comment section.
It is.
No. Thank you guys so much for...
But sure, people that commit like small time stuff, they don't get caught between countries, but this isn't small time. And when it comes to having a mental disorder, you're just going to go to a mental institution, to a criminally, or I'm sorry, like a government type mental institution, because obviously the mental disorder that the person has, and what they're doing, they need help. Even a person who doesn't have a mental disorder who does this needs help. This is just the craziest stuff. And that's why it was so disrespectful when certain people were kind of making fun of the FBI part of this, because it's like, so you're literally saying that these kids can't be protected without you making fun of the authorities for trying to protect them, and then maybe their side was, well, it's just words on the internet. Maybe with adults you can make that argument, but I'm sorry, you can't make that argument and that was just a huge factor in just the last 2 years, right? Well, for some reason, the people who I say are in a lobster cult, it's still funny. The people who I say are in the lobster cult, they constantly are meddling with that side of things, without being too descriptive. And Navy, again, I'm talking over you the whole time, so.
No, it's all right, man. No, yeah,
I'm
you're
really
absolutely right. And
yeah, go ahead.
well, no, and I think Elliot's Webb was saying in the live chat, where Nat is located, they take things like super seriously when it comes to the stuff she's being accused of doing, and they have like no sympathy for you. It's it'll be bad. And they also said that they cooperate with the United States, and so yeah, it's absolutely going to happen.
Now, why do you think though that this narrative is spreading around though? And again, we talked about it. That narrative was, I completely agree, T-Spiracy. I completely agree. Oh, it's just, I don't go into that kind of stuff on this channel, or I'd probably rant for a minute, but I'm with you 100%. That's like just no excuses, no holds barred. Like, yeah, that person needs to be locked up, forever, really. I mean, depending on, and then this is why I think that what we're dealing with is a multi-leveled system. All right. The people involved with this that did the worst things, in my opinion, probably weren't doing the lesser things. There's such a difference in if you could do like some kind of, the only thing I can compare it to is trying to profile, like in Criminal Minds and stuff, the TV show, they do try to do criminal profiling. Well, how about internet profiling, locale profiling? When trying to profile these locales, I find that the way they threatened and the way they tried to hack, I'm a hacker, mom, it was definitely multiple different people with different styles of their level of threatening, level of doxing, level of hacking. Those, the spoofed email. The thing that shocked me about the spoofed email part of it, those spoofed emails contained narratives that were just out of this world. They were like giant stories that constantly molded and evolved as if this entire action movie was happening over a period of these spoofed emails. And then at the same time, there's a bunch of really like Beavis and Butthead, like if Beavis and Butthead put on a long leather coat and tried to pretend to be Keanu Reeves in The Matrix type threats, you know what I'm saying? And those are two extremely specific and very different locale criminal internet profiles that I've just given you. And then there's even another, when it comes to minor threats that involved them trying to pretend as if they're elite level hackers, right? Elite level hackers, by trying to reset account passwords using basic either Python or maybe even like low level text bots that they would try to hit a password reset multiple times over, long periods of time and shit. And, if you'd been following, and not anyone specific, but any of you been following the story over the last couple of years, the only locale internet hacker profile, only one of them had we never seen before. These other profiles had been not only engaging in the same kind of elite level shittery in the Toddy Westbrook lawsuit, but before the Toddy Westbrook lawsuit, and then before that in the non-sec community, and then before that in the Great Debate community. And either that means that they're all using the same kind of methods to pretend to be in the Matrix, or it's the same people. So my point is, the whole story, like what any of us do trying to explain everything, that kind of breaks apart once the authorities get involved, because they're going to take everything behind the scenes and very, very, the people, when the authorities get involved also, the people that are doing this are going to retreat as far into the background as they can. So we won't have any of those little things that leak through the surface that we can look at to say, okay, this explains part of what's going on. So, and that did happen once the authorities got involved in this, just like, just like anyone would think would happen. So long story short, we're only now going to be able to take what we are given from the authorities and update people, because, you know, unless this is just the most, I'd say, out of their shit group that's ever done this kind of thing on the internet, they're definitely not going to try to keep going with the FBI watching, because then they're just feeding the FBI their investigation. And I do know that the threats did continue in one form or another several times after the authorities got involved. But what these elite level hackers didn't understand was, once the authorities are looking, that's when they're going to be able to catch people very easily. Like, before they were looking, it'll be really hard for them to piece together what was going on in the history of it and collect data and actually do something with it due to the scope of everything. But once they've got their, you know, once they know what they got to do and where they got to look, they're going to be recording everything. They're going to be grabbing all data that they need behind the scenes. And that way they can, you know, hopefully end this really fast after they start looking. So let's keep our fingers crossed. I would only give it a couple more months before, you know, we start noticing rumors of XYZ being arrested and taken into custody for some of the threats in the Toddy Westbrook lawsuit now. And I would say a couple more months, maybe even a couple more weeks. I don't know. My question would be, and I don't know if Navy can maybe help us, you know, guess this one, but what would they do to? They would obviously file criminal charges, but maybe even civil charges also, right?
Yeah, I mean, they could. You can always file civil charges for damages and stuff like that, from what I understand. So, I don't know. It'd be kind of crazy. It'd be interesting to see what happens. Of course, the criminal would come first, I would think. You know, that's where you're going to get. That's the heavier aspect of it.
Jim and I hope you have a good day at work tomorrow. I'm not going to be up late myself. That's why I went live a little earlier today. And if you guys haven't, make sure you go watch the video I uploaded on UNIRock 2. I took a break from uploading to handle family stuff for a while, you know, and I'm back in the thick of it. You're going to have another video tomorrow, and you're probably not going to get notifications until you start clicking my videos on UNIRock 2 again, just because I haven't been uploading regularly. So that's just how YouTube works. So, you know, the last time I checked, it was doing really good, though. The video that I uploaded was doing really good. And my last video did really good, too, considering I hadn't uploaded in a while. So you guys have been knocking it out of the park. So catch what I uploaded, because it's a good 17-minute upload. And then keep an eye out tomorrow, because we're going to have more. So I was going to also talk about Kyle Rittenhouse, too, Navy, but I'm probably going to talk about that once I get started into Tarkov, because I was going to watch some of the streams and stuff going on with it, but they're all kind of ending and over, and we didn't get a verdict today. So I guess there's not much we can do there, right?
No, there's not going to be. I mean, unless you just want to speculate on what you think the verdict's going to be. But yeah, the jury took the night, so they're still deliberating. So it'll start up again tomorrow.
Yeah. Yep. Did you hear the rumors that 2 jury members supposedly had been threatened by some kind of like extremist groups and were holding up the process or anything like that? I heard that, but I didn't know if it was.
I did. I haven't read any. I heard that, but I haven't gone and looked for any like actual articles or anything on it to see if that's true. But I did hear that, you know, that had been bounced around a little bit. That would be crazy if it was true that they were doing that because of this. It just, oh wow.
They're already going for a mistrial, according to the article from the Chicago Tribune, over prosecutorial misconduct. So,
yeah, by the DA, the ADA, and the prosecutor that was doing it, because he kept trying to, and that was like one of the big videos that went viral, was this judge just, you know,
flipping out,
basically yelling, flipping out at him for trying to bring stuff in that the judge already deemed was not admissible and was, you know, prejudicial against Kyle Rittenhouse. And so the problem was, I think, and I know that I've watched, of course, Nate and Rakita Law and some of them talk about it, is that for the most part, the prosecutor, they kind of boned themselves with their own witnesses and the videos and everything else. So we'll see what happens.
Hell yeah, man. You know that I want him to be This is one of the most politically motivated bullshit cases we've seen in a long time. Because basically people are weighing in on whether they think he's guilty or not based on whether they support guns or whether they don't support guns. Instead of saying, Kyle ran away, this dude came up to him, started to attack him, and then got really violent with him and tried to grab his gun, which is arming. I cannot believe the judge let the prosecutor say that the dude who grabbed Rittenhouse's gun wasn't armed. What is grabbing a gun? What is that? It's called being armed. He was seeking to arm himself, not with any gun, because Kyle still would have shot him if he would have. If there would have been a gun next to the dude and he went to grab it, Kyle would have shot him. Especially once he started to point it up towards him. You're going to literally die if you don't. That's why you have a gun. What in the fuck are you? Is this prosecutor saying he would let someone shoot him? Fuck no. This prosecutor, if some dude grabbed a gun and the prosecutor had one laying next to him and the dude pointed it at him and said, oh, you're dying, bitch. That prosecutor would reach for that gun next to him and try to fucking defend his life. The same dude who's sitting there crying that he wouldn't. And that Kyle should have just said, I hope you don't shoot me. Like, come on, motherfucker.
Well, and that was one of the big things, I think yesterday it was, that the judge threw out that charge of him illegally possessing a weapon, right? The judge, they threw it out. So that was probably the one thing that could have gotten, good night, T-Spiracy.
Night, T-Spiracy. Thanks for coming by.
That was probably the one thing I could see that maybe that they would agree with as far as like, you know, whether or not they were going to charge him with anything. And the judge threw it out yesterday. Said it wasn't, you know, it wasn't illegal for him to have that weapon. So, you know, that's probably one big thing.
And one thing that's bothering me is people are saying like property isn't worth a human life. No, it's not. Not until someone's trying to burn it down or catch it on fire or blow it up with a bomb. Then it definitely is, because you can't live without your home or your business, your life. Right. You become homeless. You don't have food. You die. You can't support yourself if you let someone burn your house down or burn your business down. It's the most ridiculous. It's literally saying that you aren't allowed to defend your fucking life in your home. So you can't stop somebody from like trying to blow up your house or throw a Molotov cocktail or whatever, or your business. You're just supposed to literally sit in that house and be like, well, I guess he's gonna burn it down. Haha. Like, what the fuck happened to everybody? The country's crazy.
The phrase is wrong. The phrase is not that the people that are defending their businesses or their homes or whatever are choosing property over a life. It's that the person that tries to either break in or destroy it or whatever has chosen that property over their own life. And because it's not yours. Yes. You didn't put the blood, sweat, and tears into it. It's not yours to do this stuff to. So if you decide that you want to go attack it or throw whatever at it and try to burn it down or break into it, then you have made that choice, and you have chosen that that property is more important than you living, because if it's defended by somebody, they're going to respond. And let's see, Artop says Binger may be facing disbarment, and that's the prosecutor.
Thank God. I hope he does, man. Is my screen so bright? Jeez Louise, dude. It shouldn't be doing this. The camera shouldn't be doing this, y'all. Sorry, but we'll just deal with it for now. I'll fix it later. C60. I got this game I want to try out. It's going to be really hard to figure out if we can play it, but I'm going to see if we can figure it out here.
Oh, that was like the crazy part too. Who just said that? Anon. When the prosecutor picked up the AR-15 and
I know, and he puts his
finger on the trigger, you know,
with the chicken wings. You know what sergeants do if you're holding your fucking shoulders up like that? Well, you know, in the army, like if you're doing that, they come by and smack your shoulders, because you're making yourself a bigger target for the enemy to hit you with your damn chicken wings out. You you do this. This is how you hold a weapon. Jeez Louise. And then you don't put your finger on the damn trigger. You do when you're overseas. You don't put your finger on the trigger when you're just, you know, using a gun in the United States like that. Yeah. No trigger discipline.
You don't point.
Chicken wings like, hey guys, it's me, the prosecutor. I'm gonna
fly. You don't point it at the jury.
Sorry.
You do not point it at the jury.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good God.
Oh, it was bad. Like that's a funny meme. I've seen the memes about that dude doing that, and I was like, yeah, that's hilarious. Oh shoot, what was the name of that game I was trying to find? I just forgot the name of it. You know what? I'm probably just gonna play some Tarkov. I'm not gonna find this game right now.
Busy, your girlfriend loves you.
Shut up, Busy. Sorry, I was yelling at Busy. Was talking. He's not allowed to talk while we're doing stuff. Let's see here. Let me get some music playing in the background here. Yeah, it's just you got to ask yourself, you know, rewind to 2016, the internet was a completely different place, society was completely different, and you fast forward to now, there is no rights, there is no respect for other people's rights, the respect for the Constitution, for the rights we're given from it, property, human life. You know, like if some guy running around trying to attack you, jump kicking you, hitting you with a weapon, a skateboard, and threatening your life, and you can't defend yourself, then we have lost our constitutional rights at that point. We're at, we've already lost our rights. Because the fact that Rittenhouse, the fact that a prosecutor can play the video he's playing and lie about what's happening and say that he chased, that Rittenhouse chased someone. The fact that that was allowed in court with the video evidence proving that the prosecutor was lying about it that's where our rights are gone at that point.
Well, and the thing is, though, is that, you know, the judge admonished him for all the stuff that he had, for the big stuff and stuff that he tried to do. And the problem was the prosecutor said that stuff, and then they show the video, and even the prosecutor's own witness was like, no, he wasn't following anybody. They were just walking in the same general direction. And so he got disproved by his own witnesses. It's so crazy. Now, whether or not Kyle should have gotten up there and testified, I don't know, because if you watch Nate's video on it, on how it kind of gave an opening to the prosecution, it's interesting. I don't know why. I guess I don't understand 100%. I had to ask Nate or Rakita or one of them why they would think it was a good idea to have him get up there and testify, because they didn't need it, in my opinion, at all. He didn't need to get up there and talk at all.
I understand. I agree with you to some extent, but I think they knew that they had they were telling the truth and that they were being lied on by the other side. And I think they were like, we want this jury to know that Kyle isn't afraid, that he's going to get up there. He's going to like say, look at that fucking video. Like I didn't do this. These motherfuckers tried to kill me. And I truly think Rittenhouse would either be in the hospital or dead if he wouldn't have did what he did. I think anyone who can't say that watching those people attack him for no reason. Why? Well, what the fuck? Well, why did they attack him? It's almost like it was on purpose.
He was putting out fire.
Well, I know. What? The fire department wasn't. The cops weren't. Of course someone has to. That proves that these people were trying to fucking... Why are they not getting charged? Where are all the charges? Why isn't this Binger dude charging all those people that were trying to destroy the livelihood of... Binger was acting like he cared about Kenosha. You can't act like you care about your community if you're going to sit here and defend the people that were trying to burn it down, for fuck's sake. Are you kidding me?
And the thing was, these businesses now, when these protests happen, right, that they are destroying, have nothing to do with the reason that they're out there supposedly protesting, right? So it's not like they're going after some place that does like something like, you know, crazy, and they're trying to get them to shut down or something. They're just out there destroying stuff for the sake of destroying stuff.
Oh man, Dan says the opinions expressed by the host are those of the host and Busy. If you don't like them, buzz off. Bzz. Exactly. Busy loves going bzz. That's why we call him Busy, because he goes bzz. Sorry, Navy. Go ahead, buddy.
No, I was just saying, you know, like it literally there's no purpose other than destruction. And I'm sorry, but you come from where I come from, and someone tries to do that to your property, not gonna happen.
Well, they shouldn't be allowed anywhere in the United States. Yeah, like, Jesus, man. I mean, I've seen people out on Twitter literally saying like, oh, come on, you can't get mad at you can't shoot somebody if they're going to try to burn down your business or your home. And I'm like, well, then I guess you're just wiping your ass with the Constitution then. What's the whole point of having the fucking... Then we don't need our rights to our weapons if that's the case.
You have the right.
That's the only reason you have them.
You have the right to be secure in your property, your possessions, your documents by the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
So
on your land, not on someone else's land, but on your land, you sure do.
Dead Souls Savage Beasts, and which was originally an arcade game.
And I know in like a couple of states too. Then this is kind of like it's kind of off topic a little bit, but in a couple of states, like when I was in South Carolina, and I have a house in South Carolina, you can tell your neighbors, hey, if I'm gone and you see someone, you know, breaking into my house, you have my permission to come over and defend my house.
Well, and the other thing about that is, it's hard to reconcile. It's just hard to reconcile that people are protesting that they want Kyle in prison and that it's some kind of miscarriage of justice for him to be innocent in this. With the evidence we have, there should just be a consensus, and something like this shouldn't be politicized. This is like the most clear-cut example we have. If the most clear-cut example gets politicized to the point where what we've seen carries on, what's going to happen when Kyle Rittenhouse is just anyone out there? Well, I wouldn't have used a gun that... No, you would have. If you were going to die and you had to use that fucker to save your life or to stop someone from burning down your home, yes, you fucking would. The same people that are out there trying to burn down houses and shit admit they would shoot somebody. Like, they were literally... the dude was threatening Kyle, for God's sakes. I gotta go study for test tomorrow. More uploads, more uploads, more uploads. Oh, the uploads are coming, Dan, and I've been hearing you guys, and they're on their way. So I just want to say thank you to all of you that were that still supported me and were, you know, still stood behind me while I was going through the stuff I've been going through the last couple months. Because like I'd never had anything like that happen since I started on YouTube. I've always regularly live streamed and uploaded, so I did have a very severe, you know, thing to go through, and a very traumatic thing I had to go through. So, thanks for those of you that stood by me, and you know, now we're good. Now we're back to normal. Things are back, so it's great. I'm a happy person because things could have been, dude. I'm telling you, if things would have went the other way, you guys would probably have never saw me again. Like, that's how serious it was. Like, if it would have not went the way it went, I would not be here streaming or uploading ever again. I would have been gone. Saying. So what I'm doing is looking for this damn old school Commodore video game that I wanted to play on stream for a little bit tonight. That I found earlier. I was only gonna play it for a little bit, but I can't find the video. I can't find the game. It was something like I typed in new C64 games, and I'm pretty sure it came up, but I can't get it. Wait, hold on. This might be it. This is it. I found it. All right, let's go. So they got a lot of new games. People. Oh, Hybrid Sword 2. I'm telling you, that was it. Where was that at? It wasn't his #1 game, but it was good. It was close.
Mrs. Girlfriend is requesting you play Bubble Bobble.
I'd love to play Bubble Bobble. I can play Bubble Bobble in Nintendo. So here's one of them.
The story involves you trying to seriously, which makes the era.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Hold up. Hired Sword 2. Hired Sword 2. All right, let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah, we need to play some Bubble Bobble sometime. There we go. C64. I was typing it wrong earlier. In browser. Let's see if I can find this thing. Oh shit, I think I found it. No, it's wanting to sell it to me. Okay, I don't want to buy it. I want to play it on stream. Fuck, looks like I'm gonna have to down. I don't know how to do an emulator on a Commodore. Never done that. Let's see here. Oh, come on. Come on. There has to be a way for me to play this in browser. Well, maybe I can go ahead and try to do an emulator here. Okay. I'm going to try something real crazy, guys, but I'll see if I can do this. Now, we need a new folder, Commodore 64. Let's download this there. Okay. So now I need a Commodore 64 emulator. And I hope one of you guys know how to get a Commodore 64 started, because I don't remember how, and it's not easy. All right, here we go. Oh, shit. Well, that was easier than I thought it would be. Show in folder. And let's see if I can play this. And then if not, we'll do some Tarkov. Do a lot for us. At least we do. A great community laughs together and cries together. Thanks, Trio, buddy. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'd much rather hang out with you guys and surf the internet and watch videos and chill than do it alone or do it anywhere else. So, all right, here we go. Let me see if I can get this pumping. This is going to be kind of funky, y'all. So let's see here. Here we go. Let's try it. I have no clue how to run this fucker. Read me? Okay. WordPad. Damn it. If it's not compiled, then I can't run it. So I'm going to have to download another one. Because I don't know how to compile it. It's been too long since I did this stuff. I've been doing YouTube for so damn long that I don't know how to do this shit anymore. Compile this, compile that. Yeah, right. Yep, looks like I'm not going to be able to... Wait! Uh-oh, hold up. I think I just found an executable. Hold on. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. I found it. Right, baby, let's do this. Okay, I want the 64. And we got it. Oh my god, we got it. This is a Commodore 64. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, so I should be able to... Drive 8. Oh, Lord. This is why this shit's so hard. I don't know how to do this. Okay. Okay. We got this. We got this. Hold up. I'm a genius at this shit. Fuck, there we go. Bam. Okay, so I loaded it, but now I gotta type in... Oh my god, dude. How do I run a game on a Commodore? Does anyone remember? Okay, C64 command to run game. You gotta type this command. Oh, I don't know the damn file name. Oh my god, hold on. I can use my knowledge. C:, derive, directory, list. Syntax error. Come on. Oh my god, I remember getting syntax errors. Directory. Ah, shit. Okay, it's something like load star. There we go. And then 8. Shit. There, I typed it wrong. It's load money sign. I haven't done this in so long. Oh, hold on. Shit. Let's go. Load, load, load. Damn it. Hey, baby! All right, I just listed the program, and if I remember, I got to type run or something. How do I pause? I don't have a fucking break button or whatever. Yeah, use the command run to execute a program after it finishes running. What did I do? Break it? It's been too long since I've ever done this, man. I haven't coded in so damn long. Aw, shit. Nope. That one ain't working. Copy then fuck. Control V this shit. Nope. Okay, how about this? What was the name of this damn game? I can never figure out how to run these. All right, let's start over. All right, let me reload this thing. Smart attach, and there we go. Sword 2 is the program. Sword 2. Okay, so maybe I gotta type sword 2 or run sword 2. Or auto start. There we go. Oh, maybe it's working. All right, hold your breath, y'all. Oh my God, I can't believe I did it. How am I this good at video games and coding and stuff? I'm a hacker. I'm a hacker. Would anyone else have been able to run this damn game like this? Nope. Okay, space down. Page forward, page back, reset to start. One left, one is left, two is right. I have no clue what this means. How about... Oh, this is the game. Holy shit. Okay. You ever play a Commodore 64 Navy?
No, I haven't. I was a Nintendo kid.
I was too, but I ended up getting my hands on one of these and figured it out.
Yep, I think the first computer we had in the house was one of the Apples, and I just remember it had this Indiana Jones program that taught you how to use the computer, and so you were like, it was like a game, and I thought that was so cool.
Saying that I have to have a joystick. You have a control hooked up. See if I have to do some settings here. All right, I set the Xbox One to joystick number 1. Oh, working. Holy shit. Fuck. Okay, my joystick's working. Gotcha, gotcha. Page up, page down. Base. Number 1 left. God, it's never gonna stop. It's never gonna stop. There's only one button though on a Commodore controller. So all my buttons hit that one button, and then my joystick on the left does everything. So I'm gonna have to start it with the damn. Run, stop, fire, exit viewer, jump to end, reset to start, left, back.
Artov says, I guess he's even programmed one of his own. Even programmed one of my own on one.
Is there? Do you know how I start this, Artop? Because I got everything hooked up, my joystick and everything, but it doesn't start when I try to start it. I have to play with this off stream. This sucks because maybe I could load a different game. Maybe that would help. Let me try something. All right, let's find another game to try out. These are really basic games, by the way. Okay, this is his like top game.
Perfectly, the sound design, with its awesome soundtrack, book all linked. This is inspired by the works of author H.P. Lovecraft. This is my #1 for
Shadow over Hawks Mill. All right, let me see what that's like here. All right, let's try this game. Give me 1 second. Right. Good. We golden girls. Try to load this instead. Oh. Gotta restart this. All right. Cross your fingers. So here we go. Smart attach. Smart... What? $64. Shadow over Hawks. Auto start. All right. This is how I did it last time, so let's hope it works this time. Oh! I don't know why we can't hear it. It should have audio. But I just want to play a video game. Oh, am I gonna have to literally do my settings again? All right, it works. Oh, at least it's working. I think you gotta watch the intro. That's how these old games were. I don't know. I'm missing a button or something, dude.
Oh man, these games bring back memories. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
just
this
like
is
the
a
graphics and everything.
It says press fire to play. I'm pressing fire. What's fire on a... Oh, wait. I bet you I gotta do... Wait. I fucking bet I know what's up. Bet I gotta use joystick 2. Yep. You always had to use joystick 2 on a Commodore. Okay. Okay, I got a gun, and I got ammo, and I can jump, and I can run around. Alright, let's do it. Did I just hurt myself? Musta. Can I go in here, man?
I just want to let Jess's Girl know that, just make sure you know, Jess's Girl, we are live on YouTube right now. So if you would like to chat, feel free. We are live.
Yep. I don't even know how to go in and out of anywhere, so maybe you don't. Maybe it's just part of the graphics. Dude, this is some old school shit.
Yeah, it is. It's like an action button or something that gets you to open the door. I guess there's certain... There you go. Something like that, maybe.
Oh!
It's got a lock on it. Is that what it is?
No, I guess you just don't go in the door. Unless there's a button that does like a backup. Something
I don't know.
or
It
other
looks
that
like
I'm
all
not
the
knowing about.
doorknobs are different colors. Maybe you gotta get a key or something? I don't know.
I get it. That's thunder and lightning. Okay. Now, what was this called? Shadow over Hawksmill. Well, I'm gonna do a video where I like play it and stuff just because I love retro shit. Though, let's go ahead and head to YouTube, and I want to see what I was doing wrong, and maybe I'll be able to figure it out. See someone else play this real quick.
Do you really, really want to exit? Yes, I do.
Yep. All right, here we go. Well, he's going where I went. He's not going in any of these. Wait, what the hell? Oh. Somehow he went inside there. Oh, I see. Ducking, like, searches or something? Oh, yeah, you hit down to interact and shit.
It's like the action button.
I think he's just hitting down. Yeah, he's hitting down to thing. Dude, this game looks creepy. I kind of want to play it. I kind of want to try that. I kind of want to try this out now because it looks creepy AF. All right, let me load it again. Actually, I might be able to play that first game now too. Okay, Shadow over Hawksmill, auto start. Let it load up here and make sure that my controller is on number 2. I'm about to hook that up while it loads. Input devices, joystick number 2, Xbox One. All right, we're good after it loads. Let it load here. Dude, there's something nostalgic about this Commodore, dude, that just blows my mind.
Simpler time. It's just a simpler time, Bubba. That's it. Pre-adulthood.
All right, here we go. Now, I guess, yeah, you hit down to interact from what I saw in the video. So let's try it.
Mm-hmm.
Guess you can search barrels and shit. I wish it would tell you on the screen, but, you know, maybe I'm expecting too much. These games are old school as hell. I don't know if it was this one or not. Let me in the next one. Oops.
Jolson said they landed a new kick-ass job today. That's awesome, Jolson.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Ooh, I found a green key. That might be it. Wonder if I gotta find a green knob or something.
I'm doing the lock, yeah. Because all the locks
There's a green one. Oh, green. Let me see what it says about controls. I don't know if I'm gonna figure out how to do this. Huh. Strange. Alright, last shot, and then I'm gonna do some Tarky here. It looked like dude just like ducked down on the door and it used the key. Let's see.
He went down a couple times. We had to go down a couple times. I don't know. Like,
Thinking of like what. Oh, I paused the game. How did I pause the fucking game? P? No. Oh, yeah.
go to the center of the door and try it.
You know, that's the hardest thing about games back then was trying to figure out what the buttons were and how to control it and shit.
And how to get in the right, well, and how to get in the right area to do it, where we're at.
I know I got the damn green key. I know I did.
I don't know, that's what I thought. It looked like he did. He just went down a couple times and the door opened up.
Oh, fuck. What am I doing? Tutorial. All I gotta do is type tutorial and I'm good. Here we go.
Artop says the game I wrote was a choose your own adventure style game, no graphics.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I remember those books too. You remember those books that were like choose your own, like, you know, choose your own adventure? I used to love those books when I was a kid.
No tutorial out there. Come on, bro. I know I just didn't do that. Okay, let me go to my studio. Go to my live stream.
I bet you did, Shaz.
All right, now I'm back in my stream. I can see what's up now. All right. Yep, about to say fuck it. Try it sometime, but it's cool that I got these games working. Because I love old school, like, Commodores and stuff like that. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, but I am going to try and load the other game now that I know how to play it. And then we'll play Tarkov. We go. Here we go. There it is. All right. You have to do it with joystick 2. So that's what it was the whole time.
Hmm.
Is it loading or am I crazy or what? Oh, it looks like it's loading. It says the CPU's running. All right. Break it. Well, looks like this game ain't gonna run, but that's okay.
Oh, no.
I can figure it out. Gotta, you know, I'll figure it out sometime. At least I got the damn emulator running, because now that means I can play those games. I can play Commodore games whenever I want now.
That's cool.
I do, though, have a stash full of stuff in Tarkov. Like, I don't even know what's going on. And a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
Is odd for me. I'm broke. I'm the broke one of the bunch. Menace and BCP and all. Everybody has millions while I'm broke as a joke. Wow, this game's way different than the game we were just playing. It would be fun to play some Bubble Bobble. I want to play some, like, adventure games and shit, because those games, like, it's almost like watching a novel back then. Everything was done through text. So really good games would have a lot of text, and then, you know, the graphics were just kind of to complement the text. So it was almost like you were reading a really good story. All right. Now, I have no room in my inventory. Throw on a basic kit here. Now, I've noticed something. If I go into these games and I'm geared out, I get a hacker that shoots me in the face and kills me immediately. Mm-hmm. But if I go into a game with, like, jack shit on me, the hackers leave me alone. So I'm going to just do a couple runs, and I might play a different game here in a minute, because while I love Tarkov, the cheating problem, I'm going to do some videos showing everybody the cheating problem in Tarkov, because I found some stuff out there. It is bad. Oh my God, it's a plague right now. You get some of the live streamers and shit, they won't really be honest about the cheating problem in Tarkov. It's bad. It's real bad. Did you hear what they did to the Grand Theft Auto remaster?
No, what happened?
Like, so they released Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas in a big collection for, like, PS5s and everything else, and it was the definitive edition of those old games. They took mobile versions of those games, used an AI upscaler on them, and released it, and it looks horrible.
Oh, no.
Oh, they ruined it.
Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Like, you're taking these great games and just, oh.
Because they didn't want to, like, recode it all and keep it original to the source and just update things and put a lot of time and effort into it. They just wanted to make a bunch of money. Because they knew the games would sell no matter what, because it's the original Grand Theft Autos. And if you go and look at what the boss said and everything, they were saying, like, we don't take shortcuts on our definitive editions. We make sure they are very definitive and all that shit. And they were just, you know, basically selling, you know, doing their marketing bullshit, lying, and doing the cheapest way out. It's sad, because I wanted to play it. But I can still play all those games with an emulator. Which will be me playing the original game from back then, running through, you know, software that emulates the hardware, so... But Tarkov has a hacking problem. Everybody dies just by getting instantly shot in the head by, like, the best player ever every time you die now. And there's just no fucking way. Like, you don't get in fights anymore. Like,
Dead GPK says the sound is all messed up in the GTA remasters as well.
everything. Yeah, everything. It's just garbage. Complete garbage. I'm really upset about it. I'm going to do a video about it, but it really pisses me off. And no, I'm not paying for that damn game when they've made it so horrible. The definitive edition is not the damn mobile. A definitive edition of of Grand Theft Auto would be the games redone so that it's in 1080p or even 4K with better controls and everything else, because that was what was hard about those games back then. There was no standard for controlling those games. And yeah, they should have just put the time and effort into completely redoing them so that they would be on modern machines the best version possible, but they didn't. They didn't do it. Because those are, like, Rockstar isn't the Rockstar anymore. It's been bought out by a giant fucking company. All the original programmers and shit and the people with those great ideas and that sense of comedy that we all loved is gone. A lot of the
Yeah.
comedy in Grand Theft Auto is pretty offensive, considered, you know, to nowadays.
The original on PC of the Grand Theft Auto 1, right? You literally could light a nun and some school kids on fire.
Oh yeah,
Because they're all walking
definitely.
together down the street.
It was probably a mission that you had to do too.
No, it was just for fun.
Light the nun on fire for an extra 1,000 points.
Right. It was just a method, and you could do it because you could literally light anything on fire, right? That's one thing that's great about
You can
Grand
do
Theft Auto
anything.
that people love. You can do anything. Yeah.
Open world. Yeah. Open world.
Probably one of the first, I think, truly open world games. And that's what caught fire.
Console games. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, console games, yeah. Well, the fact that you can change radio stations and the music, yeah, it's...
Oh, it doesn't even have a lot of the definitive edition music because they didn't want to relicense and pay to relicense the music. So they took out a bunch of the best songs that made the game what it was.
Honestly, my favorite part about the radio was the talk channels. Because they were
Oh,
hilarious.
I know. Yeah, they really were. Talk channels, and then like some of the pop music channels had like really like 80s kind of stuff that was really cool to listen to. And
they had Michael Jackson. They had all kinds of stuff on there.
Yep, it was classic. Ooh, that's expensive right there. Is it early? Oh my god, it is too early. The hell? Where I just saw a body. Fuck, I gotta hurry. I hear something. Yeah, nearly full.
Ну, шкура цела уже неплохо.
Oh my god, a gazelle. Oh, yeah. What a run. Okay, that gazelle's 120 thou. That's good. That's good shit. Why am I so rich in Tarkov right now? I don't even understand. I haven't even been playing that much. Who is Natasha Cooper, BGF? Hook me up. Let me know who Natasha Cooper is.
Natasha Cooper is one of the true crime people. When you're talking about the Gabby case, you actually used one of her videos where she was talking about the quote unquote bullet holes that were in the wood that they were spray painting. And so apparently, and then BGF can put more into the live chat if she wants about this, but apparently she's being harassed by people, like some crazy, like in real life harassment, and is going through a lot right now with that. And they're like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy.
Huh. Right. I mean, that's weird. I wonder what did it. Caused her to be targeted.
Let me go back and see.
I gotta kill this little fucking fly buzzing around. Like, what the fuck, dude? All right, sold a few things. Let's see what we get out of it here. Oh my god, the Tarkov. I have to crash Tarkov at least every like 4 or 5 rounds and restart it. I'm getting so sick of this. I'm getting so sick of playing these games. People are targeting her because they don't like her. People come at her nasty. She responds. They don't like her response, and they focus their channel on her from then on. They hate KJ. Is mild compared to Natasha. If I were her, I would just stop responding. What I've had to do. That's why I just set some rules long ago. If somebody threatens me, somebody does XYZ, I don't respond to them ever after that. And I hold to it. And it works for me.
Apparently they're just going like real life with a bunch of their harassment on her and all this kind of stuff, so.
Believe it.
We have a dark Chaz.
Hey, Chaz. So Cheshire said, why does KJ spend so much time talking about Steve's dick? Did he consent to that? Is she sexually harassing him?
Oh my god.
She wonders why everybody hates her. She literally wonders why.
It's just
BG.
Oh,
Crazy
yeah.
BGF. I can't get Tarkov to load. Love it. Anyone who goes up on her non-true crime channel becomes a target. Yeah, Chaz, we see you, buddy. I'm trying to log in. Tarkov isn't letting me log in.
Chaz, can you talk?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Oh man, I've been watching the Rittenhouse trial.
Oh, me too, man. I'm
It's
gonna do
just so
some
much,
content
man.
on it.
Well,
Have you watched,
I've been
Nate?
following Rakita Law when he's been
Yep.
live streaming, and a bunch of lawyers all commentating at the same time.
That's badass.
Yeah.
I think Nate's been on there a couple times too on Rakita's channel, hasn't he?
Oh, Nate's been
Yeah,
on there
yeah,
a lot.
Nate's been on there. Uncivil Law, Logic, just a bunch of them. It's been a blast, listening to them. But man, I'm really worried because they didn't come back with a verdict tonight.
Well, I don't know. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't know. I haven't watched it. Did you watch Rakita's latest stream on it when they were like watching, like waiting for the verdict? What did they say? They say it was like a bad thing that they were having to wait until tomorrow to continue deliberation.
Kinda.
No, they would have been more worried if they'd have come back after like an hour.
Normally, yeah, that's what I've heard because I have a cousin who's a defense attorney, and she confirmed with me too when I was asking her questions about like law and order and all that kind of fun stuff, how much it actually mimics real life. And they're like, yeah, usually if they come back with a quick verdict, it's usually guilty. And so if they take longer, it usually means that they're like walking through everything to make sure they don't, mess something up. So, I mean, I think it's pretty cut and dry.
It's impossible to find him guilty.
Yeah.
If you're looking at the facts. Like, he would have to appeal and, get a non-biased
video
jury
evidence.
because it's just,
Yeah.
video evidence proves that that if you look at his rights and what he didn't do anything wrong. They're not there to make fucking political judgments. But then again, they are being lied to every damn day by a vicious prosecutor that wants to, for some reason, which I'm sure he's not been paid off for doing it for political reasons himself. For some reason, this prosecutor keeps fucking lying about things that we have video evidence for about Rittenhouse. It's crazy.
Well, because he has an agenda. That's the problem. He has this agenda. And so it just, that's the problem when it comes to like, the reason why the court system is all screwed up is because when people get an agenda, they, it's not about truth and justice and proving someone is innocent or guilty. It's about whether or not you can convince a jury to follow your narrative. And it's just crazy. But yeah, they have literal video evidence. And the thing was, like, you watch that video for a kid that, because what was he, like 17, I think, at the time or something like that when this happened?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He has
was 17.
amazing gun control. Like his control, like with that one shot that they have of the guy putting his hands up that was coming at him, and he didn't shoot him. He just
And then the one dude pulls a gun on him and he blows the dude's arms off instead of killing him. He could have killed that dude. I mean, it's dumb. It's all dumb. Chaz, I gotta go into reserve and kill. I gotta kill like X amount of scabs, like 12 scabs in reserve. So I'm gonna scab hunt in reserves if you want to roll.
Yeah, I mean, let me just get loaded up here real quick.
His control over that weapon in that kind of situation is amazing. Like it was that's the prime example of exactly how to do it. Yeah.
And then when you see the prosecutor hold the gun, that's exactly how you don't do that.
Right. It's like fully semi-automatic.
The prosecutor pointed the gun at the jury with his finger on the trigger.
Oh God, it just gives me right now just even thinking about it. Oh
no, I'm like boiling. I'm like, oh.
What a doofus.
If you did anything like that anywhere around any of the places where I go shoot guns, you get tackled in a heartbeat. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like another gun user would tackle you if you ever pointed at somebody with your finger, even if it wasn't loaded, with your finger on the trigger. It don't matter. They would have tackled you in a heartbeat, and you'd be banned. That still gets me.
Though, one bit of good news watching the closing was the way that they completely riled up the prosecutor and the assistant prosecutor dude. And you could tell they were riled up by the way they were talking. And they got in that whole hocus pocus picture out of focus thing, which was funny as hell.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah, they took a still frame out of a video and then tried to blow it up and make a picture and say, this is what's on here. And it's like, that's a Rorschach chest, man. There's nothing on there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in reserve lobby, 12 o'clock.
All right, I'm getting there. I just got to get my gun ready here.
Yeah, I got this super
what I want to
dope.
take in.
I got this super dope pimped out AK-104. You're gonna love it.
I could take in this VSS I got.
I'm lying about how pimped out it is.
Dude, look, I've got almost an entire weapon case full of M855A1, and they're selling for $2,300 a bullet right now. $2,300, $3,200, and $10,000 a bullet.
Well, now we know why you're broke.
I'm not broke.
He's not broke, though.
I've got over 500,000 rubles and over 3,600 US dollars. I'm doing pretty good.
Hey, CJ.
Right, so you're broke.
True. Let's see here. I could buy anything I want from Peacekeeper.
I'm gonna hug your neck, CJ.
Let's just take something in here that I got laying around. Let's see. If I want to kill scabs, I should probably
So R-Top says, and I agree 100%, the craziest thing said by the prosecution in closing arguments by the prosecution was that sometimes you just got to take a beating. No, you don't. No, you don't. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, could you imagine him saying that in a domestic violence case?
Right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's just such an asshole, that guy.
Teresa M says, I've been watching Rakita and the trial. My prediction is a hung jury for 3 of the counts and guilty of lesser charges on 1 of the counts. Which of the lesser charges do you think he's going to get, Teresa? Because they threw out the lesser charge of the illegal possession of a gun, which was charge 6. They threw that out yesterday.
And they tossed out the curfew.
Yep, they tossed out the curfew.
I mean, you know, if the jury is just trying to get some kind of conviction to save their butts, you know, maybe the reckless endangerment or some weird thing like that. But if they're doing not guilty due to self-defense,
Reckless endangerment's out of it. Yeah, it's out of it. Mm-hmm.
So it's like if they acquit on anything for self-defense, the whole thing goes.
Yeah, because if it's ruled in self-defense, then it's justifiable homicide.
Yeah, it's funny because the guys were joking about getting him like a 4-door Lamborghini.
Right.
You know, 4 doors.
Yeah. What was count 1?
Well, that's going to be
Is that the reckless endangerment? Was that count 1?
No, that was part of the first guy he shot, whatever his name was. Because they were trying to say that he provoked the fight. That's what the whole hocus pocus thing was all about.
Yeah, he had provoked it. That's why they were. That's the one of the things they were talking about with him testifying and as to what he said.
Yeah, Rakita and the whole group were all saying the biggest thing to worry about is you got the one diehard in there that's just gonna flat out refuse to acquit.
Well, and that'll end in the hung jury. You know, well, it depends on what the requirement. I don't know what the requirement is in Wisconsin. They have to have like a majority, or they have to have like absolute.
No, it's got to be unanimous. Yeah, it's unanimous jury, and all it takes is one person to cause a mistrial, which means they can come back for another bite.
Unless the judge decides to go against it. CJ, the only updates we have right now is that the other day they threw out the count of him, the charge of him illegally possessing a weapon and being out past curfew. Those were both thrown out. And then today the jury went in to deliberate, and they thought there might be a verdict today, but there wasn't, and the jury's going to continue to deliberate tomorrow. And Rosenbaum was the guy you're thinking of.
Yeah, Rosenbaum. Yeah, he had just gotten out of jail or a mental hospital, and
yeah, because wasn't he the one that
shit.
Wasn't he the one that was convicted of some unsavory things?
One of them.
Yeah.
Turns out all 3 of the guys that Rittenhouse shot have some unsavory pasts.
You're like recent unsavory past.
Yeah, exactly. And the funny thing is that the defense was so close to being able to pull that information into the case because the prosecutors were stupid enough to put Bicep Man or Bicep Boy and the aunt of the first dude.
Yeah.
And that would have just destroyed the case.
All right, I'm coming.
Well, they were talking. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Artop was talking earlier tonight about how prosecutor may get disbarred the shit that he was pulling in court.
Let's cross our fingers.
Man, yeah, full on, because he was like questioning the use of the Fifth Amendment, which you cannot do, and a whole bunch of other stuff. The suborning false testimony, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, he was implying that Rittenhouse remaining silent was evidence of his guilt, and the judge had already told him that you cannot do that. And he tried to bring it up again, and
there's that, and then questioning the one journalist dude who hired an attorney. Yeah, just a bunch of stuff. You know, the funny thing is the judges had, 10, 12, 13 opportunities to just, dismiss with prejudice, all because of what Little Binger has been doing.
Yeah.
Which is like the perfect nickname for the dude.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And yeah, to answer your question, Uni, that you put in Discord in general, yeah, that was part of the live stream that she was doing. I don't know if it's still going or not, but
Oh damn! Those pants look
Hey.
badass, dude. What pants? Oh, you're a
How
bear.
you like those blue
have,
jeans?
dude. You got the bears have better fucking clothes than us sex, man. They got so much better clothes than us sex.
Yeah, and I got a great T-shirt to go with it.
I know. I want the T-shirt. Why don't I got a T-shirt I can use?
you know, CJ, I don't think that's an unpopular opinion. I think it's actually a very popular opinion, as long as you don't listen to mainstream media. He really, that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to protect, this community and certain businesses in there that he.
Can you believe they
he
said
worked
that
over
he?
there.
He said they like the dude kept saying this is not his community, and he kept saying my father lives there. Then it's his community.
When he was like a lifeguard and some other stuff in Kenosha, like it was not.
It's so-
like, it wasn't
it's
like
such-
he just
the-
came over there one day.
The prosecutor had to lie and mischaracterize and bullshit to do every single thing he did. Literally, if they convict him, it's just gonna. It just proves that we really need to change things.
Uni, April says, what was the uproar about the gun on his shoulder? Are you talking about the prosecutor or
On his shoulder?
Wow.
The prosecutor was holding
Chicken
his hands out like this and holding the gun with like this, right? And then he had his finger on the trigger. So number one, you don't do that. You don't put your finger on the trigger regardless, because you don't know if somebody messed up and there's a chamber inside of the
A round chambered, yeah.
Yeah, there's no round inside the chamber, and before let's say you're gonna fuck around and put your finger there, you fucking pull the charging handle and let go, and if there is a round, it should eject it. And he didn't even check, from what I remember. But then, when you're in combat, you don't hold your fucking hands out like this, because literally it makes you a bigger target, and it lets your enemy be able to shoot you in your arms. It gives you a greater, it's because you put your arms down here. So like when you're clearing rooms, you do that, and you hold your gun like this, and you hold your gun down, and right before you go in a room, that you lean in like this, and then when you go in, you pull your gun up right when you're going in. So for old chicken wings prosecutor to sit there like this, pew pew pew, it just shows how much of a fucking, like, the motherfucker's never touched a gun in his life. He's never had a single bit of training. And you would think he would go out and fire one and maybe experience it a little bit before he tried to throw somebody in prison for defending himself with one,
Anyone who's ever
Ironically
held,
enough, the defense attorney asked for the weapon later and had the bailiff clear it before he picked it up.
nice,
Good.
thank you. Well, that's the thing. Like anyone who watched him do that, anyone who watched what the prosecutor did, who has ever had training, held a rifle, and been taught how to hold a rifle and all this kind of stuff, cringed, like just hardcore. Oh,
Yeah. All right. Hold on real quick. Okay, Chaz, we got to try to do some shit real quick, because this is a really bad spot to get, this is an easy spot to get killed in really fast from the beginning. Better listen for some peeps. Down the, behind the barrier, behind the bunkers here, right out the window and behind the bunkers. Shit.
Okay,
I
I'm
just
out
heard
back.
somebody.
Where are you?
You just said up the bunkers right there, right up the bunkers there.
Piece of shit. So, what do we got here?
Right here, listen. And that was a $3,000 bullet I just shot.
so wasteful, Uni.
Did you say behind the berms?
The bunker. The bunkers. You just
Yeah,
jump out the
I'm
window
on
and
my
turn
way.
right. Yeah, you just turn right and then walk, and you got me.
So completely off subject or whatever. I hear that there is another Tiger King show coming out.
Yeah, but what's her name's trying to block it?
Yeah,
Carol Basket case trying to block it. I hear you running up,
Sure
mommy
are.
man. I'm right here in the middle. Yeah, there you go.
All
right.
I did something really bad to my first husband, Baskins.
Basket case. Dude, I can't help it. I want to watch Star Trek The Next Generation tonight, man.
Good.
Rachel's going to smack me if I turn that back on because I've watched it so many times that it drives her nuts.
What season are you on?
All right, we're going to head down inside the bunker here. Because I brought my keys this time. I checked 4 times. Yes, they are there. I brought my keys.
What season are you on in PNG?
I'd have to restart because I just watched the end again.
Oh, the 7th season? Yeah. I want to
Someone's
go
out
see
front.
the Eternals.
I've heard it's
I have
crap.
heard bad things.
Well, the problem is that you're like the critics are horrible when it comes to it. I watched some of the reviews from like the review channels and stuff like that, like was it Denim Nerds and things like that that do these reviews, and it's actually not a bad movie. They said there's just certain parts of it that are not good, but overall,
Well, they said it was
it's
the
not a
direction.
bad film.
They said it was just horribly directed and really loose, and everything was so scattered. And
I just watched while I was on my trip with my buddy. We got back to his place in Indiana. I sat down and watched Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, and I thought that was pretty good.
yeah, I'll have to watch it.
It's on Disney Plus.
Oh hell yeah!
Actually,
You
I
got
don't know
that.
if I want to go see the Eternals. I think I want to wait until it comes out on Disney Plus. 'Cause it should be coming out there. I'm assuming relatively soon because Shang-Chi just came out. Shang-Chi just came out on Disney Plus, and it was in theaters too. So.
Oh! Careful, careful. Hold on, listen for it.
Dead GPK says, for you to tell UNIRock, whatever, I do what I want.
Whatever. Hey, I heard some footsteps here. Just be real careful before we roll over here. These scabs have been laser beams lately. The only reason I insured my gun. I haven't been insuring anything. It actually saves you so much money not to insure right now. This game is so fucked up. Oh, yeah, right there. I hit him with an M995, but he just took it like a champ, like a pog champ. Scav? Dude, I flick shotted him. It did nothing to him. It was an M995. Oh, no, it wasn't an 855A1. That was an M995. I should have one-tapped his ass. Why is this bullet $3,000 fucking dollars if it can't one-tap him? Damn it, I needed that kill. I gotta kill 12 in here. Fuck. We'll get him. Fucking hungry. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta share my damn PayPal link. I didn't even pin it.
You had it pinned for a minute.
Damn it. And that. Alright. Now make sure I share that. I'll order me something if I get a dono. I can hear things so much better right now. I don't know why, but... Motor and a light bulb right there. Did you loot that scav? He looked like Raider-ish. Had a helmet and
Had
everything.
that crappy white armor.
Oh.
AK-74.
So
Oh, yeah.
Jesse girl saw the Eternals and said it wasn't bad at all. I think these
Oh, yeah.
characters being introduced to me.
Hell yeah.
But I don't like. It was so funny because basically the funny thing about the Eternals was that it was like the last chance for some of these like older actors to jump into Marvel, like Salma Hayek and Angelina Jolie. There's no reason they had to be in these movies whatsoever.
Yeah, Angelina Jolie supposedly was really tired. Seemed really.
Well, she didn't really.
tired.
Apparently, she didn't really speak that much, from what I understand, and she didn't really. It wasn't like it wasn't a big like performance.
Harley,
But
what are you doing, bro?
Charles Barkley.
Rachel, what's he barking at? My God, Harles, chill.
CJ, there's a difference between a Trekkie and a Trekker to an extent. And for what I understand, if I'm quoting this correctly, a Trekker is someone who was who got started on Star Trek with the original series. And then a Trekkie is like myself and Uni that got really started on Star Trek based on the Next Generation. So, but yeah, you spelled it right the first time. Like my mother's a Trekker because she grew up watching the original Star Trek.
I like the original. It's all right. It's way more out there. It's way more. I don't know how to describe it. Oh, careful, 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 careful. Might be hearing people above. Yep, there we go. You done flipping out there, Harles? You done going crazy there, Harles? You need a battery? No, never mind. It ain't a battery. Here, take this juice, man. I got like too many of them.
Yeah, CJ, my mom is too. And she grew up back when it was only going to last for 5 years. They even said it in the opening. It's a 5-year voyage. Because they didn't think it was going to catch fire the way they ended up doing. It really didn't catch fire.
Yeah, I was about to say I didn't think it didn't until like later on.
Well, the movies came out, and it kind of like it was a resurgence, and then they went with TNG, and TNG was so good that it just like like I said, like I'm a TNGer, right? I'm a Trekkie, and so it was amazing. But like Gene Roddenberry does crazy stuff. Like, the first interracial kiss on television in the '60s was between Captain Kirk
and Uhura.
Mm-hmm.
My character's gonna have to pee. I just drank vodka and two juices. 2 of them. He's drunk and overly hydrated.
So Jess's girl was telling me that on Angelina Jolie's role, it was appropriate not for her not to speak a lot. Her role got better throughout the movie. Okay, well, I definitely want to watch it. I don't know if I want to go back. I miss going to the movie theater, right? And so I kind of want to go to a movie theater just to go back and have the experience of being in a movie theater again. But I don't know if the Eternals is going to be the one to do it all.
Right out in front of us. Right in... Fuck. Be careful. Right to the right of us. Oh yeah, players too. We're running all around. We're gonna have to dip back downstairs if we get into the thick of it. Hear him out there. Route. If facing towards the clock tower is 12 o'clock north straight ahead, then they're about 3 and 5.
CJ, you should watch Star Wars. I think it's really good. I think it's I'm a
Hit him hard, bro.
Before I'm a Star Wars fan, but yeah, you definitely need to.
Fuck, I hit dude really. Don't block me. Don't block. I hit dude really fucking hard. He had a giant couch backpack. He's probably one of those dudes that, like, you know, knows what he's doing a little bit. I got caught on the fucking door, though.
I think you would recommend too that CJ needs to watch Star Wars.
Definitely. Anybody. Badass. Dude, tell me I killed that asshole, bro. Tell me I fucking killed him. Careful, try to walk a little bit easy.
Yeah, Jess's girl. I've watched actually every Marvel movie that has come out. Like I'm caught up. The Eternals is the only movie I haven't seen yet. So, I do. Yeah. So looking at the live chat, what CJ and Dad are talking about, I really want to see Rob Zombie.
Yep, I'm down.
Yeah, I laid down when I heard that shit.
Rob Zombie has done.
Alright, I gotta mute you for a minute. Jazz, did you get killed by a raider?
Yeah, it was a raider.
Oh, fuck. Why I laid down. What am I hearing? A ghost? How is there nobody fucking there? What is going on with this game? That's insane. I know you guys heard that. Fucking fly, dude. Been living with me for a day. I'm about to kill him. About to stop being nice. Those dudes were over that way. I'm gonna try to roundabout them. Shot that one dude right down there, but I don't think I killed him, honestly. Maybe I did. Like the raiders are over there. I've got a horrible ping. I don't know why. Oh, broke my legs. Didn't die. Sorry, y'all. I'll unmute when I'm done raider hunting, but I only muted you guys because of the raiders, honestly. Raiders are too psycho to try to stay unmuted and fight, you know what I'm saying? I think Navy might have... Sorry, buddy. Wasn't trying to ignore you. I just, like, I want to get these damn raiders that killed Chaz, and I think they moved, so... God knows if I'm going to actually find out where they're at now, but... it was worth a shot. They could be anywhere, really. Heard firing from the raiders, like right over here, so they could have been right out there. They would have moved. They wouldn't have stayed there. Being really fucking quiet now. Oh, fuck. I just heard one of those fucking noises behind me, man. God, they need to fix that. Ever since they updated to the new Unity, you'll hear keys open. There he is. There you are, bitch. Fuck, I hit him hard. What the fuck? For one, I'm firing M8551 right into his fucking stomach, and somehow he's a scav who I hit him 5 fucking times, and how am I only doing 168 damage? Like, these bullets hit me twice and I'm dead. Let's see what he got me with. A scav thoraxed me with BP and PS. So, a fucking AK. Fucking dude, this game, I'm done for the night. I don't like this game anymore. I don't fucking like this game anymore. There's something really weird about engagements like that. Because all of these dudes' bullets is hitting me. All of them. Like, he blacked out my armor, right? I'm sitting there fucking him up. Hitting them with fucking M8551. Literally, super fucking expensive ammo. Super fucking expensive ammo. And there's some weird thing going on where these motherfuckers will kill you every time. All of their rounds hit you once they start shooting. Now, I could actually show you what I think's going on. Make sure I bought all my M855A1s. I get 90 cheap M855A1s with every, you know, restock. So I have to make sure I buy them. So anyway, let me try to show the stream what I think's going on. Because I did some searching to see what YouTube looked like of people uploading Tarkov cheats. And there are people in the comments section. And they all leave messages and sit and play Tarkov and show videos of them going around. Just cheating like you wouldn't fucking believe. And they're all undetected cheats from like this month, a couple weeks ago, and all this. Like, so look, they can see you no matter where you, I think your TV's coming through a little bit. They can see you no matter where you're at. So they know where you're coming. They know where you are. You're trying to listen to them and stock up on them, but they can see you the whole time. And then instantly, they just snap to you and all of their bullets hit you. Now, you're trying to use your skill to maintain your recoil, track them, and hit them with all the bullets that you can while they're railing you with every single bullet that comes out of their gun. I had level 4 armor, an armor rig that protects a good part of my body, brand new, a lot of points of armor on it, and he's shooting me with pretty junk ammo. So I should be able to lay him out with my fucking $3,000 a bullet, $2,000 a bullet ammo out of an M4, you know, shooting at a high fire rate before he ever has a chance to put enough of those shitty rounds into me to kill me. But you see cheats like this, and it makes you think that this is why they do it. This is how they do it to you. See how they pre-fire? They pre-fire before they even, because they know exactly where you are, so they can just point. Now, they also have an aimbot, so all their bullets hit you. So they're pre-firing with an aimbot.
So what is Tarkov doing to prevent this from happening?
Nothing. That's the problem. And now that the game's getting more every time the game gets more popular, waves and waves and waves of cheaters come in, and Tarkov just fucking, you know, they try to ban them, but all they do is get another account, because you can buy cheap Tarkov accounts. You can buy like a $25 Tarkov account, and that's why a lot of times when I die in suspect ways, it's the person, instead of having the $120 Tarkov like I got, they got the fucking $25 to $30 Tarkov. Because they get banned and they just spend another fucking $20 on the game. Oh my God, this is just horrible. He doesn't even have recoil. His gun doesn't move whatsoever when he shoots. You can't even tell his gun's shooting when he's shooting, because my guns jerk. And I have to move my mouse in a way that compensates for the recoil. These motherfuckers just have laser beam on any gun they're using. Purchase links in the description. And then they have the Discord server. So if you have trouble getting their cheats to work, you join their Discord server and they walk you through it. And then you can pay them to take you through the game. You can even pay a cheater to go through the game with you and help you kill everybody so that you can grab all the gear, as long as you're paying them $10 an hour or whatever it is.
Good Lord. That is... Whatever happened to having these games being fun? right?
Well,
Now,
there's nothing to do in Tarkov but kill other players. There's nothing to do but do that. That's like the whole game, killing other players. So if you have cheating in this game, it completely ruins it. Like, he can see everybody on the map, their usernames, and all the weapons they have. So he knows who he wants to go kill to get the best shit from them. So this is why I've been going in without wearing expensive armor, because I got like 9 expensive armor suits. I haven't been wearing them because I noticed that I don't get laser beamed by people like this if I'm not wearing really good armor using a really good weapon. So I use a junk gun with great ammo in it and no armor, and I just go in and I'll get in fights with people and win more than I do when I'm completely maxed out, because I don't think as many of the hackers are coming for my gear. I'm telling you, I get hackers in my game every other round or 2 or 3.
yeah. That's
Now listen to this. When you load in as a scav, they can't even see your username. If I wanted to take someone's username who was cheating and killed me and give it to BSG, I can't do it, because if they play as a scav, it shows the name of the scav after they kill you instead of their account name. Three weeks ago, One Peg. I don't know why I can't stand that guy. I guess it's the way he talks.
Off damage anymore. Who asked
One Peg is talking about how there's a wipe soon. Nikita talks cheaters. Battle State versus cheaters. They're not doing anything. Pestily quit playing because of the cheating pandemic.
No,
Really?
This guy
That's
just
crazy.
fucking pre-fired the shit out of me, dude.
Yeah.
Now, I always hear all these people like, oh, why
Abel
don't
says,
you just get
coming
an
to be held
anti-cheat that
accountable
works
if you
and it'll
you
be
have to
all
pay.
solved. I don't think people realize how difficult it is.
What?
April says the company should be held accountable if you get to pay, right? So if you had to pay to download this and get this game on, and it's all its money, right? And they allow these hackers and cheaters to come in and do all this kind of stuff without actually fixing the problem, then they should be, held accountable.
Well, the thing that they say is that it's really hard to catch cheaters. Okay, so my whole thing is a cheater has no recoil. Like, they know how much recoil a gun should have, right? You just saw this dude shooting without recoil. That's not possible. So why not have in the game a little bit of data that sends back, or that measures the recoil, that records the fights, and use the data from the fights to determine whether somebody actually was outskilling someone, or whether there's an impossible thing like God mode. Like, God mode in Tarkov basically means, like, it just takes longer to kill a cheater than it does someone else. Like, they can still be killed, but it's just, you gotta, it takes, like somehow, I don't know if they can make your bullets not work as well or something, or maybe move the character model or the hitbox so that they don't take as much damage, but, they do something. So it's like, if they could just, if this game was built, they have to build games from the ground up to be able to, keep the data that's going on and analyze it with an algorithm and say, okay, these are suspect engagements, send them to be analyzed. And if they're overly suspect, ban them. You get me?
Yeah, I get you.
But the games aren't built like that. When they program these games, Tarkov didn't know that they would have a popular game on their hands. And if your game's not popular, the cheating problem is going to be pretty negligent, because that's people cheating. Like, you can't, if the game's not popular, then you're not going to be able to go in and farm stuff to sell to people and make real money out of it, right? So the main motivation for cheating is people trying to make money, or sucky people just trying to go around and fuck with the game. So it'll be a negligent problem if it's not a popular game. So when they build Tarkov, they're not concerned. They don't even think they think their game's going to make them some money. They don't imagine it to make millions. Well, the game blows up, they make millions, and it's infested with cheaters because of how easy it is. Cheaters go out, download an aimbot, download these programs, and the programs try to work themselves so they're not as obvious of cheating, even though it is to us, the people who play the game and know what a real engagement's like versus a cheater. Like, that dude I fought seemed as if he was cheating, because when he's not shooting me and having a hard time with me ducking around, hitting me, like, I'm moving, and everywhere I move, Everywhere I go, I'm getting hit by his bullets. And the minute that I go through the door, the hits move to my fucking arm, right? And move off my armor. So, I mean, yeah, a real player would do that too, but it just seemed as if that dude I was playing was cheating. Too many of his bullets were hitting me, didn't miss hardly any. He's got laser beam aim, no recoil, and he's a scab. So my gun, that gun I dropped was probably like a $180,000 gun, right? And the reason it is because all the parts I put on it mitigate recoil, make it faster to aim, make it better to use. So I still have recoil, but it's easier for me to shoot my gun, and it has a faster rate of fire than what he's going to have as a scab. He was using a basic AK. So he should have had a hard time putting all those bullets on me. It should have kicked around. It should have been hard to control. And he put every one of those bullets on me, and that's how he killed me. That's how he got me.
Cheaters and where it's even progressing to at the moment. So just to give it in very layman terms,
You know, I often
a
wonder
cheater really only needs to find one way to cheat.
There's no such thing as letting
Whereas
people have
the
fun.
anti-cheats have to find
You just
all
can't
ways. And
let
when
it
a
happen
game
when it
like
comes to
Escape from
games.
Tarkov, which I
Like,
primarily
cheat,
play,
you
is
have
made
to
on Unity,
do
there is a
stuff to make,
lot
you know, you
of
want to make
ways for
quick
them to
buck.
open to use their cheats.
So you
and they
just have
can
to
literally
hack,
just keep
do all that
changing it and
stuff,
changing it
and
to the
just,
point
you know, fuck,
where it's
you know,
literally
fuck
impossible
everybody out
to
there
always
built
stop
to
it.
have
The
like
best
a
thing they
little
could
joy.
do
Well,
is probably
they have to ruin everybody's day
but then that also opens
for
up
them to have a good game, right? Whereas if I get into an engagement,
game.
well, yeah, but if I get into an engagement with somebody, I'm happy if they kill me, because I'm going to learn something from the fight, and I'm going to be better in my next fight. If I fight a cheater, how do I learn anything from that engagement? And that's how you know. Like, if I'm going against somebody and I can tell this dude's moving left, then right and left, and I'm moving this way, and I start aiming this way thinking he's going to go that way, and blah, 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 and I'm learning some things, and I'm dancing around, and we're doing the dance of destruction in Tarkov, which all happens in under a second, making it extremely fucking skill-based, and you got a cheater that's just got all of his bullets locked into your body. The only thing I can do is hope to God that I can somehow work a headshot on him before his bullets kill me, because half the time when you fight cheaters, even if you kill them, you trade with them and they kill you. So, I mean, it's just so fucking fucked. It makes, I just need a different game to play. I think I'm going to download New World or something.
Windows that they already know that the cheat's been detected, so
It's just
they can't ban as
expensive.
many people, and it's a very vicious cycle.
I have to wait till I get paid to get it.
Now,
I'm going to get a game that doesn't...
Why don't they just IP ban?
New
Why don't
World's
they
an
just
MMO.
IP ban?
So it's about going around, leveling up your character, killing monsters, you know, looting all kinds of fucking gear and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like an MMO. Yeah, like WoW.
How much is it to download?
I don't know, man. Like 45 or 55 bones. I'd have to look. It's something like $40, $50. Just new game price.
Gotcha. Which is fucking it's such bullshit. Like people in this world nowadays, like I don't get it. Like just let people have some fun. Let people enjoy a game without ruining it. But nope, can't happen.
Well, Tarkov, the fact that they built Tarkov without thinking of the cheating problem just shows how inept they really are. They need to recode from the ground. The thing they need to do to make Tarkov successful is to recode this fucking game from the ground up. They need to put out Tarkov 2 or some shit and, you know, return to Tarkov instead of Escape from Tarkov. I don't know. And it needs to be built in mind for being modular so they can have a bunch of different events and shit happening. It needs to be built in mind for no cheating and for fucking, you know, quick transmission of data.
Yeah.
So that, you know, they can actually have these fights between people all around a nation or in the server area, have realistic fights with each other. Because when you play Tarkov, you're basically, I'd say maybe 50% of the time when you die, you're dying because of like a real reason, as opposed. So even if you're the best player in the game, you typically have a survival rate of 50%. Because you're going to have, like, I don't know, 30 people go into a round. And so in order for you to get out, you're going to have to kill 10, 15, 20 people, you'd think, something like that, depending on the map you pick. So, I mean, it's not likely that you extract unless you're, like, running out early and stuff. But either way, they just... don't have this down yet. We've been having multiplayer games for so long, and this is still such a problem. It's just kind of amazing.
Wow.
And you know,
You would think
they're
like
making
nowadays,
$100,000
in this
a
like day
year.
and
A
age,
lot of them.
you know, 2021, 2020, 2019, they would know that there are hackers that do this stuff all the time. Like anytime you develop a game, and there's even a small chance it's gonna become popular, right? You
Look at
would
that.
want
Oh
to,
my God.
I know, right? You would want to defend against your game getting destroyed by these fucking hackers.
I mean, Tarkov's fun and all, and it really kind of like forced me to
Well,
become really good at first-person shooters, but I think I just need to
well,
move
here's the
on to a
thing.
different game.
What I don't get is this, like, okay, yeah. So the idea, like, you know, they didn't know Tarkov was going to be so popular, right? But once it got popular and they're making millions of dollars, right? There are plenty of people you can hire to counteract the fucking hackers. Like there are people out there who have the same hacking
You'd
skills and all
think
kinds of stuff. You would just
they only
why
got
not just
they
why
only
not
got like
you know, why not
100
employ them?
programmers at Battle State. They don't even, you'd think they'd have a shit ton of fucking programmers, and now that they got millions of people playing the game.
Well,
But they
and
don't.
well, you would hire those who are like you would hire like there's tons of hackers out there, right? That maybe done like you know some black hat stuff and all this kind of stuff, but they want to go legit and they want to get legit money, right? That you could hire, literally hire, to stop this from happening.
How do you
And all you
fight
do is
against
pay them
that?
to stop it.
The
Huh?
motherfucker, I was watching the cheating dude,
Oh, okay.
and like he's pre-firing a door. So he's got his cursor on dude's head. He starts firing before he moves in to where the dude can tell that the dude's even in a spot where he can shoot him.
Right. Because you can see through
Oh my
walls.
God,
Yeah.
dude. And you usually know you're fighting a hacker because if you got them at a far distance, they'll start throwing grenades to get you to move, and they'll land right at your feet. So you've got to start running the minute you hear them throwing the grenade, so because if they use a short fused grenade and it hits your feet, you might get hit by it. But you can typically dodge them. They're made to be dodged if you're running right away. So like you'll have these grenades landing at your feet, and you're like, how are you a fucking miracle nade thrower? Because the game does not give you enough data to be able to throw a grenade that far and always land at someone's feet. If it did, then people would just use grenades. But Jesus, dude, this dude's clearing all of labs just by going around and just shooting everybody right before they come out. It's just nuts.
But it defeats the purpose of the game, right? Like, why would you? I don't understand the idea of defeating the purpose of having the game is there for you to have fun, to try to you know, improve your skills and all this kind of stuff. And are these people just like anti-fun? Just
Like this
you know,
comment. This dude says, can you get banned if you legit cheat with this? No, it's really hard to get banned using this. It's less noticeable to others. Join the Discord for more info.
it's just like people who are anti-fun. They're anti having any kind of fun whatsoever. You know what? Let's go out there because my life is so shitty for whatever reason. You know,
Can you
because
show us how to inject? It's not hard.
It's because I eat dollar lobster rolls all day long that I'm mad that my life did not turn out the way I wanted to. So I'm gonna go out there and make it my life's goal to ruin everyone else's fun because you know how dare they have fun doing something.
I mean, the streamers just put up with it. It's pretty freaking nutty.
No, man.
I mean, these are all recent. These are all fucking recent.
It's just fucking bullshit.
Oh, what time we got? 11. All right. I got a video to upload tomorrow, y'all, so I'm going to jump outie.
Cool.
I'll be in here for a minute, Navy. Let me just disconnect real quick. All right. Stream.